Okay, we should be live.
Okay, this meeting is now being live streamed. Okay, let's see if it'll come up here or not. Okay, where's the bell? No, you're not up there yet. No, I guess got to go look for you. Oh, Paul. I don't know why I can't just have it. Maybe you should put a shortcut on here or something. Paul Murray, you pour here and it'll come up. Okay, and Paul Murray and live. There we go. Okay, I hit the like button, so I'm good there. Now we'll pop out chat. Close the rest of it out because I don't need it. And slide this over to this screen. And we're just about ready to go. Okay, who's going to be first? Mike?
Who's first?
Yeah, we'll see who's first. Mike Rennick, I figure. What? Okay.
There he is. Mike's in there first.
Hey, I knew it. I knew it. Thanks, Mike. I said that you would be first, and you made me proud. There you go. Okay. Okay, cool.
Mike didn't let you down, did he?
No, he never let me down. Okay, text. Okay.
Yeah, the river's getting clogged up pretty good ice. There's a lot of icebreakers down Algonac, St. Clair, Lake St. Clair, and the Detroit River.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we want, okay, right about there. It's only, okay, go 1 by 2. So if we go 1 inch, yeah, 2. Okay, I want to try something, and I just a small decal is what I want to do. Okay, cool. Okay, okay. So it's only 2 inches by 3 inches. Okay. Let's wait for people to come in. Oh, okay. Okay, so because it'll go on a white sign, so it can be a piece of black. Yep. Okay. This will work here. So go. Just gonna whack off a chunk here while everybody's waiting for people to get in. Hey, AZ Drone Dude.
How you doing? Good evening.
Yeah.
I hope, David, how everything is going good for you out there in Arizona.
Yeah.
We're just getting fired up.
Okay. Try piece 4 inches by 4 inches. Go. Okay. Yeah, go. Oh. Okay. Go. Okay. Okay. Let's make it. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Oh, continue. It's gonna connect. Gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh, go. Oh. And what material are we using? Premium outdoor vinyl. Oh, okay. What the heck am I caught on here? Oh, it's underneath my chair or the other side of the chair. Oh, it's the other side of the chair. No any problem with cords. Okay, it's ready to cut. Let's see how it works. Okay. Yep. There it goes. It's cutting. Is that 33% already? 45%? Yeah, okay. Go. Well, Mike said he flew a couple spots today. It was cold, but Sunny.
Yeah, it would be cold today.
Okay, look at that. Finished cutting already. Yeah, okay, cool. So we gotta unload it. Can I see it in there? Huh. How come I don't see it in there? Okay, what did I do wrong? Try it again here. Oh. The cutter's down all the way. What the heck's going on here? Pressure default. It's loaded a 5-point blade. I don't know what fast mode is. It's connected. I can put different pressure on there. I can put more pressure. Well, if that'll make a difference.
Did you get some snow today, Paul?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit. Got an Alberta cold front coming through today, eh?
Yeah, we're supposed to get some more overnight.
Well, yeah. I don't think we're supposed to get it until almost tomorrow about noon or so.
There's the snow at my house.
Oh, yeah. Well, just a light dusting, no way.
About 1.5 inches.
Oh, I had about 1 inch on my truck when I left there about, what, 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's in there. Okay, worked that time. May had to put a little more down pressure on it. Cool. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Drone Shots, how you doing? Drone
Mm.
Shots is in the chat.
Is he in the chat, is he?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So now I need a small piece to go over that. I think that'll work. Oh, that way he tore that one off. That's done. Cool. Okay. I'll transfer. Cool. Okay, that's not gonna go. Okay. Yeah. I think I said that was 4 inches by 4 inches. So, oh, okay. Okay, and 4 inches. Okay. Okay, so that's always fun to get this stuff started. Okay. Okay, that's a what tool is that?
There's my martini bar is busy.
Hey, yeah, yeah, it is tonight, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so
I like my martini bar.
yeah, that'd be a nice place to hang out, right? Okay. Okay.
Oh, unbind.
So where is it? Right there? Oh, if I just trying to learn how to do all this stuff, where the right place to pick things out. That's there.
Adrian, Mateo, how you doing? Jump
Yeah,
in
no-
if you'd like.
Yeah, Adrian, how's it going?
The link is up there at the top of the chat, Adrian. Even if it's just for a few minutes, pop on in.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a live one going last night, eh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He always has a good
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I messed this one up, I think. Okay. Okay, I should have not put this one on until I cleaned it, right? Okay.
Cargo ship drone pilot. Thanks, Adrian.
Yeah. Okay, well, I messed this up.
Yeah, I got a chance to whack them all already.
Already?
Yeah.
All right. Holy mackerel. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I think I'm gonna remove this. Okay. Okay.
Yep. It's a cold one out there again tonight. only-
Oh
It's
yeah.
only 15 degrees. It's 6:45.
Is that all it is right now?
Yeah, that's what my
Well, it says it's supposed to be a cold one again
well,
tonight.
mine
So.
says it's 15 degrees. Little Laura had a nice little game she played today.
Oh, she back live.
Yep, she got back live again, and she had her game going today. I went and said hello to her, but I was right in the middle of editing that chip video. So
Oh, yeah.
by the time I got everything squared around and done,
Yeah.
she was signing off. So,
Oh.
but I think she's going to be on again Tuesday.
Okay. No, I did something wrong. Okay, scrap. Okay, what did I do wrong? Okay. Okay. What's it? No. Okay.
Well, you're going to play with it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure what I did wrong. Huh. Okay. Should have picked it off first.
Yes, Laura, you did. You got a few newbies today. I was proud of you.
Yeah.
Laura, I apologize. I was editing a video and stuff, and by the time I got done, you guys were off. But I was glad to see Uncle Bill stopped in and TJ and a few other people, and of course Marcel.
Okay. Okay. He's got 12 by 12. Yeah, don't want to mirror it. Continue. It's connecting.
Taking video and stuff, and by the time I got done, you guys were off. But I was glad to see Uncle Bill stopped in. And Adrian, you got to mute your YouTube.
Yeah,
You other people.
I'm trying. This thing is messing up on me. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, it's ready to.
This computer has a mind of its own.
Yes,
Well, yeah, don't want to mirror it.
it always does. Good. Hey, Lenny, good evening. Curtis Dart stopped in, but she ignored me.
We'll see if that works this time. Okay, so I'm gonna peel this off of here.
Okay, better?
Yep, that's better.
There you go.
Yep, Curtis is in the chart.
Okay.
Now,
In the chart.
Paul Hodges.
Hey, what's happening, Doc?
Hey, that printer look like it was built back in 1901. You need to throw that away, buddy.
It's a vinyl sign printer.
Yeah. I just learn how to use it, eh?
It cuts out the letters and everything for like on the side of vans, or in his case,
Nice.
he's going to use it
Yeah.
in the real estate business, make his own signs.
Yeah, to make my
Pretty
own signs,
sweet.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I
That
just
sounds
just gonna try and make a little extra money, right?
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Instead of a printer head, Adrian, it has a little knife that goes around and cuts it out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
So I got my favorite cargo ship drone pilot, and now my favorite printer.
Yeah.
expert.
yeah, there you go. But you got a little tool. You got to sit there and pick all the little pieces out that go in
Called
between. right?
Weeding it. Yep.
Yeah, called weeding. Yeah.
But the thing about that is, Paul
Okay.
Hodges, that if you could make a little bit of money out of it, then by all means go ahead and do it.
Yeah, well, I got to practice first, right? So
Hey,
that's what I'm doing right now.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Practice make perfect. That's what Paul Murray told me.
Yep. That's right.
yeah, yeah. Okay, just yeah. Okay.
So, anything new with you, Adrian?
Honestly, I'm. Oh goodness! But now, why did you have to bring that teenager in here?
Here comes the wizard.
Yeah,
Why
here
did you
comes
have
the
to-
wizard. Yeah, go.
Why did you have to bring that teenager in here, Paul Murray? Now he's gonna make all of us look old.
He's a teenager.
He's a darn teenager. He's gonna make me look old. How you doing, brother Art?
We're doing good, man. Getting everything set up here. All right, I'm here.
The wizard has arrived.
What's up, drone shots? Robert, what's going on, man?
Hey, little Lama Laura. We got MGE Small Town Ariel. How you doing, buddy?
So just a quick update, Paul.
Yeah.
In my stuff that will never get shared by anybody, I'm in the process of making a submarine.
Oh, wow. The king of graphics is at it again.
Oh,
But I got to separate out this prop because I can't make the prop rotate individually. So I've got it open in another program over here. It's the Cinema 4D. And I've started the process of erasing everything except for the prop.
Oh, okay.
So it's literally just deleting all the extra vertices so that all I'm left with is the prop.
I bet that take a long time to make, brother Dart.
Not as long as you think.
Well, when you know what you're doing, like you do, it probably gonna be, you make it look easy, but for us, it's probably gonna be freaking hard.
Yeah, he was trying to explain something that he said was very basic to me today, and my eyes glazed over.
Oh,
Because I mean, look how beautiful that blade look. That propeller looks freaking awesome.
yeah, but I made it wrong.
You say that in 4D, not 3D?
Well, the program is called, if you look up here, it's called Cinema 4D.
Okay.
That's the program, and that's what you use to edit and texture. And in other words, a texture is like a photograph. You put a texture on the model. But anyway, when I made it with all one piece, and I forgot I wanted to animate the prop on it.
Okay.
So now I got to go through and separate the prop out, and I'm removing everything except for the prop.
Got you. Did you go to school for this, Curtis, or did you learn that, as you go?
Basically, I learned it on my own. I mean, my story is kind of like a lot of other guys that are in VFX. I watched the original Star Wars, and it was just something that I was interested in doing. I wanted to make Star Wars. I wanted to make it myself, and I just kept applying myself and learning stuff, and completely by surprise, the wife and I decided to move up here to the Seattle area. And I didn't know it at the time, but Adobe is located up here. So I started talking to the folks at Adobe, and they kind of took me under their wing, not because I'm this great guy or anything. It's because I'm more the everyday guy, and they want their software to appeal to everybody. So by talking to me, they're like, hey, let me shut that off. So there it is. That's my prop.
That's what the wizard can do, Adrian.
Oh, I've seen a lot of his work, Paul, and it amazes me how he just make
Yep.
that. Like I was, he make it look easy, but for me, I won't even know where the hell to start.
So now
Okay.
comes the hard part. I got to go in here and erase the prop on this, because on this one is where I have just the prop.
Now, Curtis, you say when Adobe took you under their wing, does that mean that you work with them now, or you do stuff for them?
So I don't get paid anything, but up until COVID hit, I used to hang out there about once a month. They had a Thursday night meeting, and we would all go up there and kind of hang out. And a lot of it was heavy duty motion graphics guys, really into the math, really into how all this stuff works. And I remember my first meeting that I got invited to, and they were all sitting there going, well, if we'll take this expression, which is time times 4 times, which would be an asterisk for times. You'd use an asterisk for times 4 over a period of time. And then they started this long mathematical thing. And I sat there and listened. I go, I raised my hand and said, are you trying to make it black? And the guy goes, yeah, we're trying to make a solid black. I go, why don't you just make it black? And the guy goes, oh, yeah. So it was not so much that I really knew a lot about this stuff. It was, I looked at things from a simplistic point of view. So they liked that, and they kept inviting me back. I felt stupid when I said that out loud, but that's kind of what it was.
So I'm assuming that you use the simple word KISS, keep it simple, stupid, something of that nature.
No, I'm very respectful. I don't do anything like that, but yeah. Trying to figure out what's going to be my best way to get rid of this thing, and probably just start deleting Vertex.
I'm assuming you're trying to delete that without messing up everything else, right?
That's the hard part. Yes. So what you're doing is highlighting all the parts that you can see, and it won't delete the stuff behind it, just the stuff that you're facing. Okay, so that's deleting part
Drone
of
Shot
that.
seems to know a lot about what you're talking about, which I'm impressed.
Oh, cool. That works.
Tons of plugins that will help you a lot.
You're talking about Jody, Paul Murray,
Yep.
Joe Shot.
Yep.
Okay.
He said he's been messing around with it since the 1980s.
Cool.
Well, cool. There's two of us.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right. So I'm not going to torture you guys with all of this, but
Uh,
that's kind of what I'm working on right now.
Hey, brother Robert Glazier, how you doing,
I
buddy?
used to have to code to make all the 3D and code motion too with old school stuff like Dave's Target. Wow, that is old. That is old.
okay. Wow.
But no, I was playing around with this and I thought it would be interesting to make a some shape layers and threw together
Now
a
you-
radar.
You making a submarine for yourself or you making that for someone, Curtis?
So a lot of times I just make stuff just to make it, just to see if I can do it. I don't want to replay some of the stuff I played for the guys earlier because I don't want to bore everybody to death. But yeah, I make a lot of 3D stuff that nobody ever sees. So I made a radar and I thought, hey, I need to make a submarine to go with it.
Yeah.
Now, is that radar animated? Does it move or is it just like a solid picture?
No, it moves.
No, you're not watching.
Oh, no, because I was on the other side. Man, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's pretty, and look at the little, you can see like when the ships move, like the little, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I got the little planes coming in. And the planes are just so these are the planes. Let me remove the grid. There's two parts to them. So they're just a triangle, 3 triangles, and then I have another triangle. Let me turn this off. That is a half triangle. And then I just did a little drop shadow on it. So now it looks like paper airplanes.
Yeah.
And then I put them into this and just animate them. Let's see, where are they? Oh, whoops, can't see them when they're all black. And you can't see that either. Okay, so much for that. Can't show that. But yeah, I just animated them start out here and then animate the opacity so that when the green line passes over them, they become viewable.
And then they fade out, right?
Yeah, kind of like a real radar, right?
Yeah, then they'll kind of fade out after a second.
That's cool.
So yeah, I made that today after I got off with Paul. Drone Shot says, I like Blender too. Best free software for people that can afford the high end stuff, unless you can hack like me.
Yeah.
So none of this is hacked. I make pretty good money with this stuff.
Hey, Laura,
Thank you.
thanks for coming in. You get a good night's sleep, my dear. Laura's
Yep.
over in the UK.
Yep.
Good night, Laura.
Laura.
So glad to hear she's back on YouTube. So
Yeah, it's midnight over there.
it looked like you had a pretty good, decent show there going there, Adrian, last night.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a good little crowd in there.
Yeah, I was watching for a little while, for about, I don't know, 3/4 of an hour. I said, good night, I'm going out to bed.
Yeah.
Get these old guys to get past their bedtime, right?
Hey, you said that I didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, I thought you were 17 years old, but if you say you're
yeah,
old,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I don't think you guys have seen this one. I'll show you this one here. And if it's boring, tell me and I'll stop.
No. Well, because I like this keyframe and stuff, because, like to do.
So this was some test footage that I did. The idea was that this guy is in the desert and he needs to get to San Francisco. You guys have seen the model before. And then I tried some facial animation stuff where I do face replacement. But
Yeah.
And this is me playing the music on my keyboard.
Sky Pirates? Okay.
so Curtis, when you send a link on my channel, on my stream to with the music, that would be your own music. That's not like other type of music.
No, that's his own music.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote that myself. I say I wrote it. It's just me playing a couple chords on a keyboard.
Yeah.
This is like the type of stuff that you'll see at the movie. Yeah.
Well, he's gonna be using Ron Lockwood's head on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty good, man.
Yes, it's something, isn't it?
Uh,
So this is that Google Earth Studio I was telling you guys about, and this is over the Grand Canyon and stuff. I got the scale wrong, but
no, it's,
nobody really notices.
no.
Well, in my opinion, the scale isn't necessarily bad. That overhead shot just depicts that aircraft in its own scale because the background is further away. And
So drone shots on this one, I normally, yes, you're right. You would use footage to do camera mapping. But on this one, I'm using a program called Google Earth Studio. It's not Google Earth, it's Google Earth Studio. And you're able to create points in 3D space that you can attach things to. And that's how I'm doing it. So there's no camera tracking in this particular one right here. But it's a piece of footage that I downloaded from Google Earth Studio, and then I added the 3D elements to it.
Okay.
And Google Earth Studio, you said, is free if you get permission to use it.
Yes, you have to apply to use it, and all they really want is the little logo down here at the bottom that you guys see.
Yeah.
You have to leave that on there. You can't take that off.
You have to leave the watermark there.
Right.
Okay.
And for what you're able to do with it, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. No kidding.
And
I mean, they're letting you use that amazing program, so yeah, you should be able to give them a little something.
Well, besides that, it adds a little bit of truth to it. In other words, like everybody knows Google Earth, so there it is on there,
So that was a 3D character. I did my facial capture on my phone and then imported it into the 3D model.
Just flying through the Grand Canyon here, having a good time.
That's good.
And I make a couple faces, see if the eyes and the mouth are working.
Yeah.
This is the one where I got the scale wrong. So look at the roads. The roads are, see the buildings over here? My craft is way too large.
Okay.
Yeah, but couldn't you fix that just by making the shadow smaller? So in other words, the aircraft looks
yeah.
closer to the camera.
Oh yeah, I can go back and fix all that stuff. But again, this was not something I was necessarily going to put out in the public.
Yeah.
It was just something I made, and then I went back and went, oh, I screwed that up, that kind of thing.
Drone Shot says making tornadoes is fun too.
Yeah.
Oh, Maury,
Yes.
you gotta stop letting all these teenagers come in here like Bill Ronayne. That guy is only 13 years old. You need
Here we
to
are
take
tracking
Oh,
the
yeah.
satellite.
Oh yeah. Cool.
He is a pain in the ass.
It's a funny thing. Definitely the youngest person in here has got to make comments like that.
I missed it. I missed it. What did he say?
He said I look like a 13-year-old.
Oh,
I mean, look, you got a little Superman T-shirt with a logo. Yeah, you're 13 years old.
You know, if I'm 13, you're prepubescent.
Hey, I'm only 2 years old. I'm a kid.
Well, we knew that.
so anyway, Adrian, that's what I was making. I was playing around with some World War II bombing runs, and then started making this submarine, and just kind of going from there,
Yeah.
thinking around with it.
Well, you're good at it, and that's important that you would get enjoyment for creating those animations.
And he's good at it.
Yep.
Like I said earlier, I need somebody to write the story, and then then it'll be interesting. With no story, it's just stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What Curtis is looking for is somebody that's good at writing a story. And he'd be happy to animate it.
Recorder.
A story or bullshit? Because you got Adrian right here. So
Hey, be nice.
Hey,
Bill, how you doing?
good, Paul. How are you? I haven't been in a couple minutes, so I thought I'd stop in.
I'm glad
I go
you
live
stopped.
tonight, as you know, so I thought
Yep.
I'd see all your, that's
Yep.
not for long. It's not for 3 hours, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I couldn't come on because I was in my studio setting that thing up, and that's why my video wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
The camera can only do one thing at a time. I'm lucky if I can do it for one thing at a time. How's my audio sound? I'm playing around with this stupid voice meter thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds okay. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. See, that way I could do stuff like when Adrian talks, I could do this.
Hey, I think Adrian's making dinner.
yeah, I think so.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what he's doing.
I see JD just came in. All
Hey.
right.
Could you hear that laugh track, by the way?
Yep.
Okay. All right, that's good. That's good. So I got all kinds of stuff, I got stuff like that.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I gotta get a clown horn, something like that.
Well, you could probably just go to a bike store and get one of them little horns. Boop, boop, boop.
I just steal it from somebody,
Yeah.
like everything else. Jim Beauchart comes on my channel and he turns
Yeah.
into Uncle Extra Medium and he beeps his horn anyway, but so I guess I don't really need it. Actually, when he starts to talk, I have to use this one. Oop, and that one. God, I can't get this to play only. That's one thing. I got to find a better audio player because it wants to play the next audio. You know what I mean? It goes in a row, like a playlist. And I can't find any settings in any of those. I have a bunch of different things that play audio and they all do that. And I can't find a setting where it'll only play the one, without going to the next one in the list.
Hello, Dale. How you doing?
Hi, Dale.
Pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm muted.
Hey,
Okay.
Dale, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. I haven't joined one of these meetings in a while, and I saw it was on. I thought I'd pop in.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. Welcome.
So, Paul Murray, I'm about to go to eat a little bit. I don't want you guys to see me chewing. I will join in a little bit again if you guys still on.
Oh,
Okay.
we'll be on for 5 hours. We're a marathon show.
Do me a favor, Bill Ronayne. Behave, sir.
I'll do the best I can. I got no promises. I'm about to start drinking.
Okay.
I got to get ready for the program. I've only got 3 hours.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I think, the big football game was on. I think there was a lot of consumption going on.
Oh yeah. I stopped watching football and the Giants stopped playing football. So,
Yeah.
when
Well,
the season,
you're from the upper mid eastern coast.
I was. I grew up up there. I live in Florida now, but
Now, how long you been in Florida, Bill?
I came down in December 2006.
06. Wow.
So a while. you know.
Yes.
Yeah. I've lived here just about as long as I lived in Jersey, and I lived in New York for 3.5 years. And then I'm still there, but I lived in Northeastern Pennsylvania for 27 years. So, but it's all Northeast,
Sure.
We're at Northeast Pennsylvania.
Where I lived originally in Wilkes-Barre, went to Wilkes
Okay.
College, and then I dropped out.
I grew up in Milton, so that's not too far away.
Sure, no, it's not. I I did that, and then I lived in. When I was married the second time, our house was in Hobby, Pennsylvania, which is Walpolapin, going towards Berwick. Our kids went to Berwick actually, and by Bloomsburg, and that's a nice area, very country, And then I ended up in Dunmore, up by Scranton, for the last 7, 8, 9 years before I came down to Florida. So 27 years in Pennsylvania. I kind of miss it a little. It's nice there, a lot of creeks, a lot of rolling hills, and they call them mountains. People, oh, those aren't mountains. Yeah, my house is 1,500 feet above sea level, which is nice. Snow stayed. Snow came and stayed, because of the elevation, forever. I remember in '94 it got so, because we get all the storms that's going on. I remember back in '94 we had snows every weekend. It was like every Saturday night we had a scheduled snowstorm, and at one point my property, if you looked out in the driveway, I had an F-150, an '82, on 4x4, one of those old farmer looking ones, with the step side and the oak bed and all. But I had 30-inch tires on that thing, right? The snow, that the roof of that truck was a mound in the snow. That's how high the snow was outside my door. I had it coming up the deck in the back, and the deck was a good 3 feet off the ground. I had a wooden deck back there, and it came halfway to 2/3 of the way up my patio doors on the back, blowing in off the field, off the farmer's field behind me. That was something. My Newfoundland dog really enjoyed that. Oh, she loved it, boy. I tell you, they're funny because they'll just go to sleep out in the snow. Black as pitch. I couldn't find her. She was like, Mandy, and the big old head comes popping up out of the snow. But yeah, she loved it. I wasn't thrilled with it.
Ron was out feeding his deer earlier today
I actually caught a little bit of that.
and feeding them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah,
put that on Facebook, eh? He recorded it on his phone.
Yeah.
He's he's got to get them all fattened up, getting ready for that.
There was one doe in
Later
there.
on.
She was fat, little bugger.
Yeah. Bill, I didn't know you were from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, 27 years. I moved there when I was 18 to go to college, and then I ended up staying. I went back to Jersey for a brief period, but got kicked out of my house and then ended up staying.
Well,
staying in Pennsylvania.
We used to have a cabin up in the Poconos up in Pike County,
Sure.
just south of Scranton,
Yeah.
Lake Wallenpaupack.
Of course, everybody. There's Wallenpaupack's real nice area. I had some contracts out there. I used to sell lumber for Wicks Lumber and
Oh yeah, Wicks. Yeah.
yeah, and then 84 Lumber, briefly, but more for Wicks. And I actually there was a mill in Wallenpaupack I used to go to get special stuff. You know what I mean? When I needed so many board feet of T&G. What would they make me the one time? Like 600, 700, 800 board feet of 2x6 T&G.
Really?
Because a guy wanted to do a loft and he wanted to do solid wood floor instead of using ply, but that's really boring shit. But yeah, Wallenpaupack's nice. I had friends that lived up there. It's all nice. Poconos are great. Poconos are great.
Hunt and fish up there, and I'm originally from central, kind of like central PA, up around Du Bois area.
I know where Du Bois is too. I spent a weekend in Du Bois.
Yeah.
I also sold timeshare for a while, and we stayed at what was it called? Treasure Lake.
Treasure Lake. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep. Stayed there, and then the second time I went there, I was on my way to go pick up my stepdaughter's car that I gave her Subaru that she ran out of oil and blew up. And I was in the Du Bois area. She was going but she wasn't there. She was actually south. I don't know why she was up there, because that was way out of the way. Because she was going to Indiana University, Pennsylvania. Just north of Pittsburgh there, and then they could go west, but that's like straight across the top of the state and then straight down, which is one way to do it, I guess. But
There's a question for you. Did you ever go to Punxsutawney and see that little rat in February?
The rat.
No, that's all. That's so cool. He lives in a
dad's
very
from Punxsutawney.
nice little warm, heated, lit hutch down there. He's got a little apartment down there. He brings a lot of money to that little town of 20,000 people every year.
Yeah.
Dale, did you say your dad lives there?
My
Oh,
dad was born in that region,
Oh,
Punxsutawney, a tiny little hamlet village outside of town, but
yeah.
What
smaller than Punxsutawney.
what was it? Are you from Pennsylvania as well?
Yeah, I'm from Milton.
Milton. Okay.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
driven by Du Bois
I actually
hundreds of
I'm
times.
really from Brockway, but a lot of
Okay.
people haven't heard of Brockway. They've heard of,
Brockway is right along Interstate 80.
yeah.
So I have relatives in Youngstown, Ohio, and we would drive out religiously multiple times a year. In fact, I just drove. It's been 2 years since I went to Pennsylvania because of COVID. We skipped. We were to go at least at Christmas time, but last year we didn't go. Anyway, just recently I drove that stretch. It's been about 2 years, but
I've never met anybody on YouTube that knew of my hometown.
yeah,
About that.
I know Interstate 80 very well.
Mm-hmm.
It was snowing this time, so I was white knuckling a little bit. On
Oh,
the
were you
trail.
just out there recently, or?
The week between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Went back to visit my brother. So, but
I kind of joked about that. I mean, like the first 40 years of my life, I lived somewhere near Route 80, at all times, because it was like the lifeline, because it goes right through. I lived in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. That's where I went to school for 17 years. After my parents split up, we moved from New York to that. But I mean, 80 turns into 95 and goes across the George Washington Bridge and goes right. Then 95, you can take it right to the Bronx, which is where we were from. So then we went to Jersey, and 80 went right through the town. And then I went to Pennsylvania.
you could take it to San Francisco too.
You took 80. Yeah, oh, I know. I actually did that once. When I drove truck a little bit, I drove across the country on 80. I mean, we jump off because there's sections of it are toll in certain states. I can't remember where, but yeah, I did that. Went through the Donner Pass. That's the only time. Was in a tractor trailer. Yeah. But yeah, and then lived in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, and all of which, it would take 80 to get there, from New Jersey, cross over Susquehanna. I got married the third time actually in Stroudsburg, or a little, just outside of Stroudsburg, right by Route 80. And in a little church that was built in the 1700s, little non-denominational church. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I have to
What was
find
that guy's name about 5 years ago? He was the whack job that went in and shot those 2 state troopers. It was national news. They were on a manhunt for almost 2 months in the woods up there in Lake Wallenpaupack area. Eric Freed was his name.
How long ago was that?
Probably 5-6 years ago. It was huge. It was national news for weeks.
Yeah.
Right there, it was half a mile from our cabin. I know the trail he was on.
Wow.
It's where we hunt bear.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
I was long gone by then, but I don't know that I paid attention. I mean, I remember when George Banks shot up those 13 people, and that was right in Wilkes-Barre. Actually, right on the street. There was a shortcut street I used to take to get from one side of town to the other.
Mhm.
We used to drive right by that house. Well, trailer. But yeah, there's some nut jobs there, and in Florida too. Imagine that.
Mhm.
they're everywhere. They're
One of the jokes about Florida is you see some weird, strange headlines like, "Oh, that can only happen in Florida." Well, just in central Pennsylvania, we had some national headlines
Yeah.
that I saw. Some friends of mine on Facebook posted that there was a truck carrying 100 monkeys got crashed into in Danville, and there are now 4 monkeys on the loose. And
I saw that the other day.
is this something from Florida? No, this is from central Pennsylvania.
Yep, I saw that. Like you're
How many
four
lips
damn
red?
monkeys
Oh,
loose
this-
somewhere.
I just realized my lips are red. I gotta.
Those poor monkeys
Gotta-
are freezing their ass off right about
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Well, if they get captured, they go to the lab. I'm not sure which is worse. They might enjoy the.
they were
the winter for a
medical.
while.
They were medical monkeys.
some type of lab. I don't know if what do they do? They test
Yeah, that's better.
probably pharmaceutical. Well, I don't know. Who knows?
You know, I kind of looked. I kind of like that
COVID
look.
vaccines or tests. Who knows? Probably
Like,
medical.
COVID tested monkeys or something.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's
there's
us. That's
there's a
us.
song about Scranton. You know, what is it? How many? 80,000 pounds of bananas. I mean, that actually happened. A guy crashed a truck and covered 81 with bananas, as far as the eye can see.
Hmm.
But no, people make fun of Florida. But you know what? You got to understand. A lot of shit happens here because there's 21 million people here. You know, it's the third most populous. We passed New York like 2 years ago. It's the third most populous state. So of course, a lot of crazy stuff's going to happen. What do you think it is? I like this look, huh?
Yeah, there you go with the mustache. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
So
I like
how do all you guys know each other? I don't know anybody
From here.
other than Paul.
Probably one word,
Strip club.
drones.
that.
Drones and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, drones online. Yep,
Drones? Okay.
just
Was
online.
processing
Actually,
a drone video. It sometimes takes me a while to do that, but this is from back in June. So I was just ready to upload something to YouTube and saw you guys, and I was like, oh, I haven't talked with Paul in a while.
Yeah.
Haven't.
Yeah. And Curtis is out in Washington State.
Okay.
And Curtis, you might be interested in this, Dale. Curtis has ROVs, underwater,
Oh, nice.
and he does a lot of stuff with that. He flies drones too, but his passion now is ROV,
Well,
underwater.
my money now is ROV, I should say.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys make money with drones and ROVs?
Oh yeah. Well, not so much with drones. The market is so saturated with drones right now. It's hard to make money. But
I
as
just
far
do it
as
for fun.
the ROV stuff, I've just been finding money left and right. I put it in the water and somebody walks up. Can you go down there and grab my watch? Or I lost my
Oh, you
watch.
have a
I got a claw.
insure hand?
It's
Yeah.
got a claw on it.
I got a
Yeah,
claw on it and everything.
yeah. He
You got-
goes down and wrestles with crabs and stuff.
Yeah, right. Lobster arm wrestle.
So Dale, do you
Oh, that's interesting.
know each other? Or?
Yeah, Dale lives here.
I live in the same town as Paul Murray, Port Huron.
Okay.
And I met him his screen there, right by that bridge, flying drones down by the river.
Yep.
In a van down by the river.
You're gonna end up in a van down by the river.
Almost sounds like a country song.
actually, Bruce
Saturday Night
Springsteen.
Live.
And he's been flying drones for years. I got one 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 years ago. Yep.
Yeah, something like that. And sort of slowed down a bit flying it recently. I normally you just go down for the lake freighters. I know you're very prolific with doing those.
Yes. And Paul
I did
Hodges,
2 this past year.
Dale, Paul Hodges, he flies commercially for real estate companies. He does a lot of real estate, and he gets paid for that. And
Now you live in Canada, Paul?
you can't hear you, Paul. You're on mute.
He's
Sorry, I went on mute because the dogs are barking. Anyways, yeah, I live in Ontario.
Okay.
I'm about an hour east of Paul.
okay. Are the laws over there much different than here? I mean, do you know?
Well,
Drone flying?
if you got to see here, you can fly and make money on a basic license. Okay, you can do that, but in order to fly within 5 nautical miles of an airport, you have to be commercially. Okay, like
Okay.
your 107, or like you have in the States, right? But here, you don't just do the exam. You do the exam, which is tough, but you also have to do a flight review too in front of a drone instructor that's licensed to do that.
How tough is that, Paul?
The flight review was easier than hell. The exam was the hard one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, it's
No,
like
no.
the 107 exam here. You got to prep for it. You just
You
can't.
got to prep. You got to know a lot of specific altitude and feet and meters and got to remember some stuff from a table, I guess.
Load
I
it.
had-
And yeah, and one of
So-
the things that can help too, you can do it online here. You don't have to go to whatever to write the exam. You can do it online here. But if you got two screens going, if you're not sure of an answer, you can over here. You can Google it. Okay, but
You
the
forget
problem
pictures.
is you got I forget, was it 70 questions you got to complete in 50 minutes.
Okay,
so you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Well,
To answer your question, my neighbors pay me money not to fly my drone.
Well, you know, that's the
Restraining
thing.
order.
And
Yeah.
sing and wear a shirt when I'm out in the front yard.
All of the idiots that come up and swear you're looking at them inside their house. It's like,
Yeah.
there-
Oh yeah. I just.
I-
But I've been pretty lucky. I really haven't encountered anybody too much yet. With flying around other houses, especially when they're close by. But I got a habit of, if I'm doing a certain house, each side of it, I'll go knock on the door. If I get an answer, say, hey, look, this house is going up for sale, and I'm here to do some aerial pictures with a drone, just so you know what I'm doing without going, what the hell are he up to?
Yeah.
And I've never had any problems that way.
I tend to take mine on vacation when we travel. It's just sort of an extension of I like cameras, so I like to take photos and share it with friends who don't like to travel or can't go or whatever.
Yeah.
Flying
But recently, I was like, I was checking my house, and I needed to see if I had any leaves in the gutters. Like, well, my wife, I'm too heavy to get on the roof, so my wife gets up there, but her knee was bad. So it's like, oh, we can't check. Like, you know what? Let me get my drone out, and I'll fly really close. I don't have a zoom lens, but I'll fly really close to check for leaves, and I did. I also flew around my chimney because we need to have that repaired above the roof line. It's 60 years old. They're probably going to have to replace the chimney from the roof up. So I flew really close around to get lots of views and saved it to a private YouTube video and sent it around for quotes to say, hey, can you take a look?
Well,
and give me a quote,
that's actually the kind of
what's
thing-
problem? So that's interesting.
That's kind of the thing you can actually get paid for stuff like that,
Yeah.
roof inspections and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just did it for my own, my
Yeah.
own house. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting my 107. I actually bought the course like 3 months ago, and I keep putting off doing it because to me, a couple of years when I retire, I would like to maybe do a little job here, a little job there, make a little bit of money. It'll probably
Yeah.
just pay for my hobby, but that'd
Yeah.
be about, well, who knows? Maybe it take off. I don't know. It's a growing.
All right,
area.
all right. I'm going to show you
Yeah.
guys an easy way to make
A lot
money.
of competition. Though.
Forget the drones, get ROVs. Let me share my screen, show you. This is Summit Lake. It is a enclosed private community, very, very rich community. They get their drinking water from this lake. All these houses have pipes that run out the house to the lake. They have a multi-filtration system.
Right.
The one that's in the water, though, they had a retired Navy diver who was going down cleaning that one up. I'm told it's like a Coke can with just a screen on it. And all it does is keep the big stuff off, like the rocks and whatever. It keeps that from getting into the pipe. Anyway, he's passed away. He's gone. They contacted me. All these houses around this lake want me to start coming out and cleaning off their filtration system.
Wow. It's a gold
And
mine
they're
right there.
and they're rich people.
Yeah, you don't.
Before they were paying this diver, it cost to get a diver. He would do 2 or 3 houses a day and work his way around the lake and then start again.
No regulations, no rules, no FAA. I mean, I have to have insurance, obviously, and I have to have a business license, but yeah, there's no regulations for ROVs right now.
Yeah,
So
right now, sooner or later, NOAA will jump in there and they'll they'll be in charge of that.
So-
Some government
how many
agency.
hours does it take to unclog? You basically go down there and you video inspect, and then you pick away any debris blocking this small opening.
So I have not done it yet. The roundabout story is I took a photo of the wastewater treatment plant at night in Olympia, where I live, and it was just for me. And then I put it in Photoshop and I added some glow to the four. I should find that photo and show it to you guys. And anyway, a year later they came along and saw it and said, "Hey, can we purchase the rights to use this photo?" And I said, "Sure." And I had contact with this lady. Well, she contacted me again and said, "I live out at Summit Lake. I'd love for you to do some aerial photos of my house." And I said, "Well, let's wait the till
wastewater treatment plant." Sorry.
So I said, let's wait till after COVID's kind of subsided a bit. And that was like a year and a half ago. Well, she keeps watching my YouTube channel and she's seen the ROVs. And then she contacted me and told me about this guy who's passing away. And they don't have anybody to clean that first part of the filtration system out.
Each house has their own filtration system.
Yeah. Each one has a pipe that goes down into this lake. And that's where they get their drinking water and everything else. And she said it's a 3-part filtration system. If it gets clogged up, their pressure is not that good. So they want to constantly and they have boats out here and they're jet skiing and doing everything else you could possibly think of. So they're always kicking the water up and kicking stuff around. So what all's involved in cleaning it, I don't know. I don't know if I need to take it off and bring it up, or if it's something I can just brush it off with, the front of the claw, put a brush on there or something. I'm not sure, but in a couple of weeks, I'm heading out there. This COVID thing's I think everybody's saying it's going to die down in a couple of weeks. The latest,
I think it'll take longer, but it's just, yeah.
It's everybody that at my work that's getting sick is sick for like 5 days, and then they get a negative test and they can come back to work. So I think it's just going through the states, and this is going to be the end of it, because you don't hear about Delta or anything else, or the Alpha, or you don't hear about any of those. So I think this is kind of the end of it, personally. So yeah, I'm going to head down here and see what the situation is and see if I can't make some money on this thing.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
But that can't be the only place, because if they're doing it, you could bet your bottom dollar there's other high-end communities that have a same system.
Exactly. A few of the other things that I've done that I've found a 9mm Beretta, turned that into the police. I was going to keep it myself, but then I thought it was 20 yards out from the shore off of the pier. I thought, there's a reason why it's 20 yards out, and I don't want to have possession of it when they figure out what it's for. So I turned that into the police. There was another thing that I did. I got to be careful about
Get a reward? Probably not.
So there is a reward. Yes.
Oh, is there okay.
Yeah, it solved a crime. There's a reward. Another thing I did, which I didn't plan on doing this, I was down at the pier in Olympia where I live, and I was just we call it the dead zone, because if you ever seen Washington where the water comes in from the ocean, or it cuts in and all that. Well, anyway, at the very end of it is we call it the dead zone, because that's the last little spot where everything is. And I was down there looking at all the dead things in the water, and this tugboat guy comes over and says, "Hey, we had first he asked me to look at his boat, his prop, and I did that. And then he said, we had the tugboat races this last Saturday. Well, you can't see the tugboat races because they're a mile out in the water. You can't see them from shore." So I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "We got to go retrieve all these buoys." And I said, "Okay, well, I don't want to be in the way." He goes, "Nope." He goes, "I got a whole other team that gets on the back of my tug. They do all the work. I just take them out there. You and I can hang out, and they'll tell you what they're doing, so you can know you won't be in their way, and you can go down and film what they're doing." So I said, "Okay." So I went out and I filmed everything. Then we went back to where the owner is to drop off all the buoys. And he mentioned to the owner, "Hey, Curtis filmed all that if you want to see it." And the guy goes, "What? No way. You can't film No, you can't film. You can't show anybody that, because he has a proprietary system of hooking up the buoys to concrete that's underground, or that's underwater." So I got a nice little chunk of change out of that by handing my SD card over to him. And agreed not to. And apparently we watched it, and I got it was like a "here's how you do it" video, because I caught everything on video in beautiful 4K footage. And he's like, "Oh my God, no, you cannot share this with anybody."
So basically, it was extortion, but you didn't even have to ask.
No, I wasn't. Basically, yes. But that was not my intent, but that's kind of what happened. So yeah.
Hush money.
It's like I go out and I put this thing in the water, and all of a sudden I'm making money, The only negative thing I ever got was I went to a pier where they pull boats out of the water and repair them. And I was talking to the guy who owns the shop, and I said, "Hey, I've got this thing." He goes, "No, you stay away from me. I don't want that anywhere near me. Don't you talk to anybody about it." And I thought about it for a second. I thought, oh, well, that's how he makes his money. He's pulling boats out of the water.
Do you see that, Ron?
I do. I'd have a field day with that, buddy.
And Dale, just so you know, Ron does a lot of wildlife photography.
In fact, I was down
What
there
type of wildlife is your favorite?
I really, really enjoy grizzlies and moose.
Okay.
I'm only an hour from moose country, and
Where
there's
do you
not-
live?
I live in Wyoming.
Oh, whereabouts?
That's the photo they bought, by the way.
I'm on the eastern side right now, up
Okay.
near Devil's Tower.
Okay. Last time I was in Wyoming was when we went out. We chose that to watch the eclipse because I thought the weather would be better than the East Coast.
Really, the funny
Down
thing
to
is,
the Wind River Reservation.
yeah,
Shoshone was the
Shoshone,
closest town.
that is a beautiful canyon going through there.
Yeah, I had 3 different hotel rooms booked in 3 different states. I wanted to make sure I had good weather. We drove down from Billings left about 2:30 in the morning to get to
Yeah.
Shoshone.
I go to Billings every other weekend.
Yeah, I love Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
Ron is an air paramedic. He flies medical helicopters and planes.
Yeah, we go to Billings almost every other. I work every other weekend, and we go to Billings every time I work.
So just today I was processing some footage I got on my drones from on our trip to Alaska. I drove up the Dalton Highway
Mm-hmm.
all the way to Dead Horse, Prudhoe Bay, and back. It was we did it over 4 days, like 2 days up, 2 days back.
Okay.
And but when our trip in Alaska, we saw a lot of wildlife. Not as many moose as I would have thought. Only
I
3
go
or
to
4.
Alaska, but I go to the wrong. I go to southern Alaska. I fly into Petersburg, and I'm going again in late August. I'll be going. Oh wow, that's cool.
That's his claw on the front. You can see it at the bottom.
Yeah.
This is the one that's in this video. It's kind of like a let me speed up to the spot. I find this bottle that I thought was kind of interesting right here, and I circle around it, and I thought, I'm going to pick this thing up. I've never seen a bottle like that. It looks old.
my brother collects bottles. What he used to anyway.
So there's nothing there, but watch what happens. It's like a B movie when I pick this thing up. I'll fast forward to the good part. So I got it picked up, and I start coming up, and out of nowhere,
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, that's my bottle.
That's right.
Give it back.
I don't know if there was eggs in there or his dinner was in there or what, but this crab wanted that. I gave it back to him, and then I go down and get in a fight with him.
So how big is your ROV? Inches, feet?
I've got several here. Let me
Okay.
I'll grab and show them to you. Hang on one sec.
So for bear, I think we saw 5 grizzly on that trip in Alaska.
Really.
My
all-time what do they call it, thing in life, my is to get to Katmai, or what do they call, how they pronounce it, Katmai
Katmai National Park, Brooks Falls,
Yeah.
to watch the bears.
Yeah, Brook Falls, and just sit there with nothing but cameras and drones and video cameras, and
Can't
that is
drone
pretty
there.
Dale, tell me if this looks familiar to you.
There it is.
Okay, that's not too big.
Got the claw on the front.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
So what's
one
something
of
like that cost?
that one's about $3,000.
Oh, that's not too bad.
This one's 12,000.
Okay.
Ow.
Not much different in size, just different capabilities.
So the lights are brighter on it. The motors last longer. You can stay under for about 6 hours before you run out of battery.
How far down?
So 300 feet down is what you want to go. Beyond that, you'll implode it. This is the arm attachment I got for it. This is a Mort remover. Do you know what a Mort is?
And I know the Voldemort is.
Voldemort.
Don't worry, I didn't know what a Mort was either when I got this. It is a diseased and dead fish. So for a lot of salmon fishing farms out here, they want to when disease is passed very easily between fish. They just literally bump up against each other and they're infected. And in a fish farm, they're very, very close together. So this goes in and removes diseased and dead fish from the fish farm. And I'm told by the guys at Five Fish that this is going to be a huge moneymaker for me.
Yeah,
So they
everybody-
are kind of like a
everybody's got
Voldemort.
farm, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Everybody's got a fish farm.
Well, no, we have a lot up here, a lot of salmon fish farms. I haven't talked to them yet, but yeah, this is one of the things I'm looking forward to using. I don't have it hooked up, obviously, but yeah, the jaws open up and you just clamp it on the fish. Dun, 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 dun.
Anybody get any new
No.
drones recently? Any new toys?
Uh,
I spent
Bill, did you get the Mavic 3? There's Curtis's new one. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, I didn't. I'd rather stay married for now.
Yeah. Hey, Dale, tell me if this looks familiar to you. This is a trip I did about a year and a half ago. I was on my way to Salt Lake City, but there's views here in the Wind River Canyon right here.
It's a nice shot right there.
Oh, that
They
river
don't look familiar.
don't look familiar. That river don't look familiar there.
The way we
Oh,
drove
that's-
down,
As you go
I
through
may have not
the
driven by
Shoshone, that's right outside of Salt Lake there, but it should be right there's in the Shoshone Wind River Canyon right there.
okay. We drove down from Billings through Cody
Yeah.
to Shoshone and then down.
Here's what cracks me up is these signs right outside of
Yeah, that's what it looked like there, the high desert plain, and we set up
Yeah.
right along the path for
Yeah,
the
and you
eclipse.
see these gigantic billboards that say antelope entering the highway at 50, and that's true.
Oh yeah, I didn't see one where it said the speed, but we saw plenty of pronghorns on the trip.
Yeah,
The high desert like that.
yeah.
It was a shame. It was sort of a whirlwind trip. We just went out there for the eclipse and drove back. We were close enough. I
Yeah.
literally could smell Yellowstone, all the sulfur stuff
really?
blowing in from the west in Cody.
You
Actually,
made it into Cody, yeah. Okay.
but yeah, we drove down through Cody and we went down, and it's like, oh man, it's a shame we're not going to Yellowstone, but we didn't have time. We're heading to see the eclipse, and then I'm driving back home to work. So
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like a
if you get
5-day
out this
thing.
way, man, let me know. I'd love to show you around and show you what I know. And
I travel is one of my things. I've driven in all 50 states.
really.
Yeah. Love road trips.
Mhm.
So national parks, I want to see all the national parks. That's on my list. But
I was out near, trying to hook up with Curtis last, when was that, Curtis? July, August?
Yeah, it was just right at the start of summer. Yeah.
Yeah. And his work schedule, it just didn't work out, but I was pretty damn close to him.
Yeah.
Well, Dale,
Motorcycle trip.
Ron does a lot of motorcycling out there. He goes to
Oh.
Sturgis and all those places.
well, we're hoping to retire in the next 10 years, and I'd like to buy one of these big old RVs and just sort of drive around for 3 months a year to just, I love the mountain states, the West,
Yeah.
you know, that
I do too.
pretty much the Western United States has a lot more interesting stuff. I mean, there's plenty of interesting stuff along the East, but I like the West better. So,
My dad was in the military, so we were on the road for 20 years.
no, yeah.
Everywhere. I've even lived in Italy, Germany, Spain, the whole 10 yards. I'd go back to Italy, but I wouldn't live there. But now where I live now, you couldn't drag me out of here.
Really?
Washington.
I mean, it'd have to be a lot of money to get me to head out. I'd go visit someplace, but I wouldn't move. I mean, you're in the mountains and 30 minutes later you're at the ocean.
Yeah.
You're in snow and then you're down at the water. It's
How
just
far are you from like the shitholes of like Portland and sorry
so,
to be blunt.
Are you halfway
No,
between
you're
Seattle and Portland?
so I live in
Pick.
a little town called, there's a Tri-City area. There's Olympia, Washington, which is the capital of Washington. And then there's
Yep.
two other cities that are on either side of it, Lacey and Tumwater. I live in Lacey. Literally my backyard. If I step over my fence, I'm in Olympia. That's how close. If I were to turn and drive to Seattle, just a straight drive, no traffic, it's an hour away. Same for Portland. It's an hour away.
Yeah.
But traffic going north, it can turn into 2 hours, 3 hours. It just depends. This whole area up here, because of the waterways, is like a big hourglass. Everything funnels down to Interstate 5. Everybody, if you're going anywhere, you have to get on Interstate 5. If you're going from one town to another, you have to get on Interstate 5.
I did that in the motorcycle last summer. I hated that son of a
Yeah.
Ugh.
And it all and in somebody's brilliant mind, they made it all go in Seattle. They made it all go underneath the ground, under the convention center, which is the absolute worst.
I remember Curtis coming into Seattle. We took the ferry from
Bremerton.
From Seattle over to I guess Olympic Island, and I remember we had to cut across through town. As soon as I come into town, I stopped at an intersection. I looked over and there's some dude taking a crap right in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah. The homeless thing has just gotten way out of hand up here.
Yeah.
Well, and it boils down to they're not enforcing drug laws,
No.
and they're letting little misdemeanor things go by. What they need to, this is just my opinion, but if they go after the drug dealers and they stop the drugs from coming in, then all the homeless thing and everything else will start cleaning up.
Yeah.
Until you do that, those people aren't going to hold jobs. They're going to steal to get their drugs. But if you take the drugs away where they can't have them, then
Yeah.
they're gonna go, well, what else am I going to do? Okay, I got to get a job, and because they'll start realizing where they're living.
Yeah. One of the goals I have is get this guy down at the bottom out to see real snow and show him some mountains and
Adrian? Yeah.
Adrian, where are you from?
Yeah.
No, I'll get Adrian up here first. He'll come hang with me. We'll go out on the boat.
Hey, Adrian started out, where did you immigrate from, Adrian?
We'll do
The
some whale
Dominican
watching.
Republic.
Dominican Republic, all right.
Oh,
Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
yeah, there's no snow there. Where do you live now?
In Florida.
Oh, Florida. Yeah, there's no snow there either. Or not much. It's a rarity, right?
Adrian is
Pensacola.
very well known in Florida for his drone flying and his comedic nature. Yep, Adrian is going to be getting his 107 license here shortly.
Adrian's hat style is on par with
that
the
style
best.
precedes him. Yeah.
Yep.
It is on par with the absolute best.
Yep.
Us guys that curve our hats, we can't hold a hat. We can't hold a candle to him.
Mm.
Oh, I think I'm the
What
only
is,
one.
what is it with the flat brims?
Okay.
That's the way you wear it. That's the way it's
Now-
supposed to be worn.
No, but I mean,
Now, Dale, to answer your question, you see how your hat is?
right. Yeah.
Okay. To me, part of my Spanish, but I think it looks crap. This is the
This-
way
this
it should
hat.
be right here.
I bought it
Yeah.
like this.
I know, but this is the way I like to wear my hat. Just
If
flat.
Adrian bought that hat, he'd bend it back up flat.
Yeah, mine's all
Exactly. Yeah.
got the ruffles on it. I bought it. It's already came in used and was bent that way.
These were bent this way, but don't you remember when you were kids and you played I played baseball. When you played baseball, you took that thing and you folded it in half, and you folded it again. You stuck it in your back pocket when you weren't wearing it,
Yeah.
and it actually cheat like that, and that was
Well,
cool.
The idea
Well,
is
it's
when you're
funny.
playing baseball, you pull this thing down to keep the sun off the sides from coming in.
Yeah.
I watched Formula One racing, and actually the champion this year, he's from the Netherlands, and he wears it as flat as can be. But that's a sponsorship thing, so they always have to wear different, sponsor hats, and when they win the race, they wear the Pirelli hat, and he has his own hat with his number and his sponsor, and
Oh yeah, you see him.
their watch.
even-
It's
even
all about
NASCAR
sponsorship,
guys.
right?
NASCAR guys, when they
but
win,
yeah,
they start
it-
throwing on the t-shirts.
He has the flattest hat, brim. It's like I don't think it's iron. They probably just buy them that way. But
Adrian is a trendsetter.
I'm a what?
but this hat is probably 20 years old. I put it on because I didn't. My hair's a mess today.
This stream looks good because Adrian's here.
That's right. Adrian raises us to a newer level. And he's wonderful to have on the stream. And
Well,
everybody knows
God,
him.
please stop kissing his butt. He's a pain in the ass.
Hey, Paul Hodges, you recognize that?
Easy, Paul.
Oh, yeah, car crash, you got, yep.
I
There we
picked
go.
this up when I was.
Look at the hat. Look at the hat Bill's got.
I was in Canada in the Yukon.
Goes with the Superman shirt.
But it's a really nice quality hat. I've
Yeah.
been wearing it for years. As
This
long
is-
as I
this
don't
is-
sweat it up. That's what happens to me. If I go out and it's real hot and sweaty, I get it so
That's
nasty that
Stetson?
it's like, oh man.
No, this is
Down under leather
Australian.
hat.
Australian, Aussie.
This is
Oh.
good Australian.
Is it made out of kangaroo?
The down under leather hat. Buffalo. This is made from Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you ever see me on the stream, even on mine, I always have a hat on.
Now maybe I could straighten it out so I could be cool like Adrian. Go
I
ahead.
No,
used to not wear a
really-
hat that much, but now that I'm getting bolder and bolder, I need one to protect my
It's the
head.
head warm.
Especially this cold weather, you need something down your head to keep it warm.
I never wear a hat. I own them. I just never wear them.
By the way, you folks in the chat, hit that like button.
Hey, Mary, how you doing? We got Arizona Street Media in the house.
That's Marias. Yep.
Things out of focus here. How do I focus that? Maybe I turned the light on.
So, Paul, I take it you like the color correction I did on your boat this morning.
Yeah, I used it.
Yeah, I saw that. Looked good.
Yep. The wizard took my boat video this morning and color corrected it, which I haven't got a clue how to do that, Dale. But
Well, Dale just color corrected his face. You look a lot better now. by the
I turned the
way.
light on. It was out of focus. It couldn't focus because it was in a dark room. Like, oh well, if I turn the light on, it'll look better. But yeah, I shoot my drone footage. I use I have a Mavic 2 Pro. I use the log, I don't know, D log,
D-Log.
and then I use DaVinci Resolve, and I have to boost the color saturation and a couple other things, and I run all my stuff through there. It's very basic.
But do you overdo it, Dale, or you just kind of touch it up just a little bit? Because some people overdo it. And
No,
you just make it-
I overdo it. I love saturation, so
I try not to play around with it too much. It would look like I did it with crayons after a while. Yeah,
I'm not quite crayon level.
Yeah.
But put it this way, I'm probably 10 to 15% oversaturated for virtually all my photos, and that's the way I like them. I
I-
won't
I-
apologize for it.
I'm just going to beg people to make me pre-made LUTs that I can just apply and okay, that looks good. I'm done.
For me, it's all about getting the shadows right. If you get shadows, then you have what's essentially a 2D image. You get a little bit more depth in the image.
Basically, what all I do is I just go into the clips and I look at the little 3D graph chart things there in DaVinci. I adjust the saturation 70, 80%. It's set at 50, but it's very desaturated for the log footage. And then I adjust the gain, gamma, offset, lift, all those sort of things to sort of stretch. So it's using the full color.
Color spectrum, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not, otherwise it's too, all my GoPro stuff seems to be too bright and it clips. Like I just posted like 6 videos of Dalton Highway, like dash cam stuff, time lapse. I like doing time lapse when I drive. And GoPro seems to always clip, the highlights are too bright. But for the drone stuff, it's not like that. And sometimes I have like ND filters and stuff. So the last ones are kind of dark. But yeah, if you shoot log, it looks lousy unless you color correct it, and then it looks better.
Well, that's what it's meant for.
Yeah, right.
It's meant to be color.
You got more data, it's more range, but if you don't process it, it doesn't really look well.
That's why I like to use my Autel Evo 2. I have the saturation already there, and I don't need to color nothing. It just, even on auto, it looks amazing. But like Ronald Lockwood have told me before, it looks super saturated. But that's just the way it comes out. Just
well, take a look at some of my stuff and critique. Let me know what you think.
It all looks good to me, but I have to tell you something. I have red-green color blindness, so I'm intimidated by all this stuff. I've been doing web development and graphics and all kinds of stuff, and I've been faking it all these years. Or I'll call my wife in the room. Come here, honey, take a look at this. Is that? But it's only certain shades of red and green, but that kills me as far as blends, blending and proper color. I could tell if something's oversaturated, but I couldn't tell you what some of the casts what they are, because the green might look gray, or the brown. I'll confuse a brown with a green, but unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But I mean, this is blue, I'm not colorblind. That's red. That's yellow in there,
I mean, Superman shirt.
He does this and he goes, that's yellow. And I was like,
I just threw it on to go outside to play around. I bought Litchi for my to play around with the, I'm not going to use it for the Air 2S, but I'm going to use it for the Air 2S is still under warranty. December 23rd, or 4th, they sent me the email saying you got 2 more days left in your care refresh, $40, so you can have another year. I would have paid the $40, but I forgot all about it. So this is now the danger drone. You know what I mean? It's if I break it, I break it. So it got new clothes today. It's got Litchi. I don't care. I'm just going to play with it until I break it. But
Paul Marie S is getting kind of wild in the chat there. She's using some language we're not familiar with. Hollyhock. I don't know what that is.
What?
Oh,
The Hollyhock is a U.S. icebreaker. Marie S loves to go over to Streamtime Live that tracks all the ships.
Hey, Dale, put your YouTube channel in the chat or private chat now.
It's just my name. I actually am just sort of searching for you guys' things here. I don't know how to do it in the.
we have wrenches, so you know what? If you say something in the chat, do you have the chat open?
I think I canceled it. Hold on here.
the YouTube chat.
We can just,
Yeah.
if you have a wrench, you can go to the right, click 3 buttons, and it says go to channel.
No, not mine.
Anybody who wants to see my stuff, there's my videos.
Yeah, but okay, so I'm just sort of searching for you guys.
Oh, now it changed. Before they used to never do that, Bill. Now we do
They
it.
just changed it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty,
sweet.
it's new. It's pretty new. Now I go to channel, and here we are.
Hey, Dale, do me a favor. Put yours in there so I can go down and subscribe to your channel.
I'm already
Matter, are you
subscribed.
not going to subscribe to mine?
I'm already been subscribed to you, but I'm not getting your darn notification, Curtis.
Because I haven't
You know,
done
we're-
anything in a while.
So I just subscribed to Adrian and Curtis. And I was gonna look here for,
Dale, I just hit your button there.
Bill Renane.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce
Yeah.
yourself? Ronane?
Mine's Uncle Bill's Toys. Uncle Bill's Toys.
Yeah, but I'm already subscribed to you, but I'm not getting your damn notifications. I don't know what, and I got
not
it
working.
clicked.
Adrian, they haven't been working for the last week or so for me.
You got the bell rung there?
Yeah. I
They
didn't
were-
even have
they-
to touch it. I just go in straight to his channel. It's already there.
They're intermittent. They don't, they'll work later, like after the stream is already over, and then it'll say he uploaded a video. It's almost like they're not giving you notifications for live streams, only for actual uploads.
Hey, Dale, you're gonna say something on the chat? I still don't have you. So I could go and click on
Yeah,
you.
hold on. What do you want me to say?
That's
Just
all right.
say,
I'm
Say
hey,
hi.
not here.
hey,
Adrian. His
So-
link is already there.
Yeah. there's-
Okay.
there's
Do I
a-
have a link there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Maury put it there? Okay, I see
Oh.
it.
Oh, Mary
Um,
put it in. Okay, yeah, okay, now I'll subscribe and I'll ring
There
the
you
bell.
go.
Oh, yep.
Now I'm subscribed and I just hit the bell. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
I just hit
Curtis
you too, Dale.
Huh?
Thank you, Curtis.
Put a like on one of your videos and
No problem, man. No problem.
I think that's my channel.
Hey, hey, Dale, just
Yeah,
for
right.
everybody's information, Curtis's nickname is the Wizard
Yeah, yeah.
because he's great at graphics and animation.
Dale, you got your last video was driving the Dalton Highway?
Yeah, I just put a bunch of those up, different
Okay.
days and speeds.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, 4K 60. If you can display that, I think might be the only 4K 60 Dalton Highway time lapse. I like quality stuff.
Oh, you got some chips like Paul there. I see.
Yeah, these are nice.
Ronald Lockwood. No, this is not the.
Go to RL Photography.
Okay, it's good. That's
I was already subscribed to Curtis. Let me see.
Hey, Dale, are you in Michigan as well?
I live in Michigan, same town as Paul.
Same town as I do.
So I'm checking Adrian, I'm already subscribed to
RL
you.
Photography. You're in a plane.
Yep.
Dale, I got you now.
Yep. I'm in a
It's 'cause
helicopter.
he's an
yeah.
air medic.
Air medic, plane or helicopter.
Yeah,
Both.
there's a helicopter and that icon. Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Hodges, I don't think I'm subscribed to you. You want to make a comment in there?
So most of my videos are when we travel around or Great Lake ships, like what Paul does. So I thought about making more. I don't know. I like astrophotography, and I thought about maybe getting into that, but I don't know. Does anybody make any money on YouTube?
Hell no.
$2 a month or something?
You know, the thing of it is Dale, is I don't know anybody in our community that has an ROV.
Hmm,
I don't know anybody, you know, I think.
that's true.
the
Yeah, it's.
the
I
sheriff's
haven't heard of
department
them.
has the capability of towing a side scan sonar,
Yeah.
but they don't have, I don't think, an ROV.
Who doesn't have an ROV?
Our law enforcement Marine Division here.
See you. Funny thing, Dale, you were talking about it earlier, but I see a video you had from 3 years ago. Mischievous monkeys in Gibraltar.
They're not in Danville.
Apparently not.
They're not in Danville, my town.
That's kind of funny.
We went to Gibraltar, and they're known for having these monkeys.
Yeah.
And is that on there?
Yeah, it's down 3 years ago. I remember when I was in the British Virgin Islands. I'm trying to remember what island it was, but yeah, those little monkeys were just, oh my God.
Yeah, my wife was recording that, and one jumped off my back.
Oy vey.
And she was screamed.
Well, I was all down in the Caribbean someplace there.
You've
And
been to
they're
Iceland?
telling women that if they're wearing sandals, not to put bright nail polish on their toes because the
wow.
lizards or whatever go after them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that's a hell of a waterfall in Iceland you got there. Wow. Holy smokes.
Hey, Dale, that video that says LOFOTEN Islands in Norway, is that the Mavic 2 Pro?
This is all Mavic 2 Pro. Well, all the drone stuff is Mavic 2 Pro.
And I'm assuming you also color corrected this video?
I shoot them all in log and
Okay.
correct them.
Hey, Ron, when are we gonna
So
start?
do you think those are oversaturated?
What
No,
is
it
it?
actually looks beautiful. It looks nice to me.
What's that, Curtis?
When are we gonna
A
start?
little bit. The green trees do a little bit.
When are we gonna start hunting with drones?
Hunting?
Not in Wyoming.
Oh, man, I'm all ready to go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Oh shit.
See, that's an animation that Dale, that Curtis did.
Okay.
oh, cool. Hey, Paul.
Dual
Yeah,
miniguns on an
Did you see
Inspire.
the
That'd be
thing
cool,
for
though.
recovery drone?
Recovery drone. Recovery drone.
Well, the fourth one from the bottom.
Found the other flyer that
Yeah, I think I'd get in trouble for that one.
interfered with his drone signal.
Well, I think you're talking about the one you were flying when you were losing control of your drone.
Yeah.
I think that's the one he's talking about. Because Paul almost hit the back of a ship one
Yeah,
day. 'cause
Dale,
he
I
lost control.
almost smacked it in the back of a ship upbound.
Yeah.
It's like I lost control of the drone and it started heading right for it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
You know, sometimes when I'm flying around, I'm looking at on my screen at what I'm doing and I'm not looking at the drone.
What Paul, was it Dale that did it?
No, I don't think so.
And, you know, if I'm going under the bridge following a ship, sometimes like, I wonder how close I'm to those piers, you know, behind me or to the side.
Yeah.
I don't know if mine has side sensors. I don't think it does. Front, back.
The Mavic 2 Pro?
Yeah.
It does. It has it on the bottom, back, front, and top. But the side ones, you can only activate those on when you want on
Tripod mode or
tripod.
something? Yeah, tripod.
Okay, because
Tripod.
tripod mode, what? I tend to use that because most of my videos are slow.
Yeah,
Hey,
on
what's
I'll
going
tripod,
circle
on?
around the
it's
ship. I don't
activated.
go over them or anything.
When you have it in tripod mode, then all the sensors are activated.
Yeah.
Hey, Dale, here I was this morning. I was oops, shoot. Trying to get this
Oh, wow.
That's right out of his front of his house there.
Sunday morning breakfast. He does look delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
my-
a young buck right there too.
yeah, he was. You could tell he just lost his horns.
My wife is a birder, and a lot of times when we travel, we specifically go looking for birds
Mhm.
and try to identify the species and stuff. But we love to see mammals too, you know, along the way,
Right.
and take photos and share them and stuff on Facebook. But like this stuff recently, I just about ready to upload 2 videos from the Dalton Highway and in Alaska. And we saw a number of bird species up there in the Arctic that you just don't see most other places. Although, Paul, ironically, we here in, you know, at the bottom of Lake Huron, it's kind of unusual. We do have some Arctic species that'll come down because even if the lake is frozen, it's rare that St. Clair River freezes because it's so swift.
Right.
So sometimes you'll have some open water there. And if everything else is frozen over, you're going to have a lot of birds coming in.
So here's
Sometimes
The
you have
last few
species
days,
that are
Dana,
just rare to come in.
have you been down by the water the last few days? There's tons of
Wow.
Canadian geese and ducks, and
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have all the typical stuff, but
Ron just took that picture, Dale.
Yeah.
What's
Couple
he
days
thinking?
ago, man, 3 days.
What's he thinking? Oh, I wonder what that guy tastes like.
Yeah.
Detail in
Eye
those colors.
contact. That just cracked me up. You know.
That's really cool.
it's really nice. We, I think my wife said they had a king eider was spotted down by the bridge, and that's really rare. That's Arctic Ocean bird.
Really?
So I don't know. I don't know if he's lost or was. I'm not sure why it was here, but it's a rare bird to see. Right?
Adrian has to wrestle with the gators down there in Florida.
Right.
Yes, I do.
Where in Florida?
Gainesville.
Gainesville. I have a place in Ocala. I lived there
Oh, you
very
do?
briefly, and then I rent the house out. So that's not far
Okay.
from Gainesville.
Bill,
Nice.
where are you in Florida?
Port St. Lucie.
Port.
Oh, you're down near Ray Kelly.
Well, he's in North Palm Beach. He's about 45 miles south of me.
Yeah, that's fairly close, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah. This is southeast, East Coast, Florida, but he's a little more south. I never see gators around. I see a lot of sandhill cranes. They're supposedly rare. They're on the protected species list. So they're allowed to just, hang out on your lawn and chew up your screen doors and,
Well,
harass your
see them-
pets. And
They're actually pretty common here in this area of Michigan.
Yeah.
yeah, but they're protected here. If you kill one, you go to jail.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Exactly.
yeah. I don't know why they do, because they're everywhere. My dad said when his uncle first came down here, they used to shoot him right in the front yard and eat them.
Jeez, eh?
There's a buddy of mine that has an ROV, and he came up. This is down in Florida.
Gator.
Wow.
Here I see them every day because at my job at the freaking fuel aisle, there's a lake that's full of gators, so I see them every day.
Yeah, it's a buddy of mine that's down there. He's filming for Bass Pro Shops, and they put the ROV in the water. Was going to film the pontoon boats from underneath the water. There it is. Anyway, they found that gator down there.
Well, where my dad lives is a decent sized lake, East Lake Tehapacaliga. You like that? I can say that. They just say Toho. It's got alligators in it. I mean, I went on a airboat ride and we went looking for them, but the biggest one I saw was maybe 4 feet long, but they typically stay away. So they don't really see them. I don't see them at all in Port St. Lucie. So
Well, Dale, since you like to travel, you might want to be interested in talking to Ron or Adrian about, they have a southeast drone meetup where all the drone pilots from all over gather. Is it like a weekend, isn't it, Adrian?
Yes, pretty much.
When is it this spring?
I think it's on April 2nd. Am I right, Bill?
yeah, April 2nd.
Where do you meet
Yep,
up? Florida?
Yep, that's a Saturday.
Yeah.
All day long, April 2nd. Well, till 6 probably.
We're heading to
we'll be-
Florida in March 3rd through the 15th, I think.
Well, this is going to be in Jensen Beach, which is about 15 minutes from me. But the Jensen Beach Causeway Bridge Park, whatever. It's a real nice spot to fly. I've actually got a video on my channel flying from there, and a couple times. Once by myself, once with Maddie and TJ. But
Yeah, Ron's flying in and Adrian's going to pick him up, right, Adrian?
That's supposed to be the plan, but if he doesn't make it, I swear to God, I'm gonna run him over with my truck.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
So here's some of the birds. We make a calendar every year of our birds. Well, actually of all of our travel photos, but we make a couple of pages just for birds. So here's some of the birds that we saw just this year. That's in Michigan. It's kind of an unusual bird. We saw that at Harson's Island. Cardinal.
mhm.
That was out in New Mexico. That's a sandhill crane. We saw there are 15,000 of them at this wildlife refuge in New Mexico. It's crazy. That's in Alaska. A puffin. That's a horned puffin. These are tufted puffins. So that's the first time I ever saw a tufted puffin.
I'd be puffing.
I was in Texas. We didn't see.
No, I
We
never
saw
seen that.
coyotes too, but they weren't splatted against mountains, right? I think that's a loggerhead shrike. My wife said that's not common. We had never seen these birds before. They're called
It's
scaled quail.
Mm.
They're from Texas. I don't know what that is. Here, this is a king eider. We saw this up in the Arctic Ocean in Prudhoe Bay, and they're bigger than a duck, but they have this very huge thing on their neck here. They're big beak. The males have the big beak, and that's unusual. That's a spectacled eider. It's also an Arctic species. So, we saw a lot of stuff up there. It was really good for bird watching.
Wow. Do some beautiful work, Dale.
Yeah. Loon. Most of these things are up in the Dalton Highway. Canadian Jay. I don't know what that is. My wife took a picture of that. Something plover, I think. There's a nice eagle.
Oh yeah.
That was in Galveston. There's an eagle waiting for the boats to come in Valdez, right where the commercial fishermen come in. You can cut your fish up.
Right.
That's a hawk, isn't it?
No, it's a
Like in
juvenile
short ball.
bald eagle. But you bring your fish in, you cut it up, you pack it in ice and FedEx it right there at the dock. They have it all set up for that. And these birds are just waiting for the scraps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the same thing with Pike Place Market up here. Pick out your fish, they box it up, stick it in ice, ship it off.
These are in our backyard with feeders out there.
Wow.
When we come in with the boat, there's always pelicans there waiting for the fish guts when they cut up
But
the.
this is my wife's hobby. She loves bird watching. That's in our backyard. He was eating our little songbirds. Cooper's hawk. That's our fence.
Oh
Little
yeah.
Rusty.
What kind of bird is that?
That's a Cooper's hawk. Sometimes called a chicken hawk.
Yeah, because I had one laying right on my railing right outside my desk here
Yeah, they eat other birds.
today. Yeah, there wasn't any in sight.
There he is.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow, nice shot.
That's our stick pile in our backyard we burn every year. It's a tern somewhere. I think these are Alaska.
Oh wow.
Wow.
What was
Yeah.
that last one, Dale?
This is a king eider.
Very colorful.
I don't know what that is. Some sort of
Probably a tufted something, huh?
I think it begins with an S. I don't know. This is actually at a wildlife refuge. This is indoors.
Oh wow.
There's a number of birds in the enclosure. This is in Seward, Alaska. There's a bunch of sandhill cranes in the background there.
Well,
So
you
this
got-
is all in 1 year. I
you
mean,
got a lot of- you got a lot
you
of
go a
birds.
couple of places, you take 2 or 3 trips and you just see gazillion birds if you go looking for them. This is a rare bird species called a red-faced cormorant. I'd never seen them before.
Never heard of half of these.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, we got a lot of cormorants around here, but they're not red faced.
Yeah, the red face was
Well,
rare. The guy on the boat was like, we wanted a boat tour, and the guy was
Well,
like,
un-
yeah, these are
unless
rare. You only
they're
see them
tall.
here.
You have to embarrass them, and then they turn red face.
Right.
Yeah.
These were rare birds. The guy who identified said these are rare. So we took pictures of that. That's a rare one. We were waiting for the bus and got a picture of that guy. That was in Alaska. It's another eagle. There's a road chicken. It's a ptarmigan in Alaska.
If I ever want to see birds, I could just hang out in the driveway and just look straight up from my wife's car because soon, probably about once or twice a day, there'll be a bird flying over it and leaving his mark.
Oh yeah, target practice.
It was
I don't
funny.
know.
That happened a lot more often when she had the white car. Now that she has the black car, she doesn't get hit so much. I wonder why that is.
I say some of these are in our town. Some of them were. But most often these are when we travel. I mean, you can see there's a gazillion of them. That's, like I said, that's one of the reasons we travel. We go, my wife wants to go see different kind of birds. And a lot of stuff we can see in our area, but most of these are from trips. Sorry, I thought you guys might like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's neat.
Very neat, very cool, very professional looking. The only thing I ever caught, I caught a blue heron once on the river taking off. I got it on video. I'm gonna start doing that now. A whole new chapter in my drone, my drone video.
Oh
life.
yeah, well, you got to be careful. Don't they say sometimes the birds are like eagles and hawks will like attack your drone,
Oh yeah, you gotta be
take them
careful.
out?
They're not gonna attack this one. They'll be scared to death.
Does anybody have a DJI Mini?
Yeah, I've got a Mini too.
I
got-
got a mini one.
I
It's the
held
only
it up.
bird. It's the only bird I've ever caught on film right here.
This is a DJI Mini 2.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at that bird.
Oh man, that's a big bird.
I was surprised I got him to hold still.
that is funny.
So, of those of you who have bigger drones and the Mini, do you
Right.
do you like the Mini? Are there issues with it?
No, the Mini's a great drone. I have it just strictly,
Awesome drone.
Dale, because it's so unobtrusive. If
Yeah.
you get around like, the every Thursday in summertime in August, they have the down on the water, they have the concerts. I fly the Mini around and get those concerts and nobody even notices it. But you
I
put
thought
a
about
bigger,
getting it because it's so small and easy
Yep.
to transport.
and it's quiet.
Is it pretty quiet though, Paul? You said.
Yes, it is.
Compared to the Mavic 2 Pro.
Yep.
Super quiet.
How's the Mavic 3 quietness?
Oh, Mavic 3.
Well, Mavic 3 is a whole other story of problems right now.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
But they
by
are
that?
quiet. No, Captain Ray was flying his, and it's very quiet for such a large.
Well,
drone.
what you find in drones is different levels of tone of
Yeah,
the
pitch.
tone.
Yeah.
And the pitch on the Mavic 3 is supposedly lower.
Well,
But
that's the thing. This was already a quiet drone, but then I put these master air screws on here, and they have a lower pitch than the standard.
Oh,
And once this-
aftermarket propellers?
yes,
Yeah, they're made by Master Air Screw. And once this thing gets up over 60, 50, 60, you can't even really hear it. I mean, you really have to listen for it too.
What about wind resistance compared to larger drones? I think the
The Mini-
first Mini had some issues, right?
Right, but this has more powerful motors and better ESCs on it. This actually, this is rated, what is it, level 5? I flew this in the meetup last year, and we had 20 to 25 gusts of even higher, 30,
Okay.
and I had no problems with this thing. So
So I've
I don't
had
think-
my drone for about 3 years, and I thought, if I would get a new one, I might opt to get like a smaller, lighter one.
oh, the Mini 2 does refer for it punches above its weight class as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, the new Autel is a much more advanced, much more expensive drone, but the Mini 2 does better, believe it or not. But at $450, it does much better in high winds than the Autel. That's one of the knocks on the Autel, is that the motors might not be quite strong enough. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if it has something to do with because their promises of 40-minute flight time and using less batteries. I don't know.
Is
But
that, that's the first I've heard that, Bill.
oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard
No,
rumors that they might release a Mini 3 this year.
if you watch Marcus's videos on it, he talks about it. It's not like it's underpowered or anything, but it definitely doesn't hold up as well as, it's not as fast, and it doesn't hold up as well as the Mini 2 does in wind. But the tell you can, if you're concerned about that, then you step up and you get the Air 2S, which is still not huge.
My brother got one for Christmas.
Yeah, and this thing's a beast in the wind. You know, I've never had an issue at all. You know, and I do stupid stuff. So, as anybody will tell you, and it's not huge. I mean, it's twice the weight of that one is, a little more actually, twice the weight. But it's.
I mean, at this point, I probably won't do anything because I have my 2 Pro and I've been really pleased with it. But I just, I wonder about that little one.
Yeah.
You don't have to register it, and there
No,
may be instances where that could be handy in like other countries or something. But it's so hard to figure out if you're allowed to fly when you travel to other countries, and not like we're going to other countries anywhere soon because of COVID anyway. So who knows?
Hey, Adrian.
Well, there's advantages to it. You don't have to register it, unless you're a Part 107. You don't have to register it because it's sub 2, even here, because it's sub 250. It handles wind well, and it does a nice job with video. It's not going to do as well as this does because it's got a small sensor and low light. Like I said, I tried out the Litchi app with it today for the first time, and it did fine, but it was really gray and low light. I went after 5 o'clock, so it didn't work quite as well. But
Here, I'll show you guys a little video that I did of the concert with the Mavic Mini 2.
Adrian, just for the record, when I was out of the room, I did hear what you said about running me over with your truck. So just.
You'll be all right. I'm only gonna break a leg. That's it. Only a leg. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You still gonna have.
You'll survive.
You still gonna have used of one leg. I'm only gonna break one.
That's good to hear.
With that much, public speakers there, no one can hear the propellers anyway.
Yeah, of course the guitar player doesn't know what he's doing.
And then what I do is I go around to the back.
So Paul, where is this?
This is the Rockin' the Rivers concert down in City Park, next to the ski building.
What park is this? Down by the Atchison building?
No, that's the City Hall right there. Over here is the county building.
So next to the high-rise
There's the
apartment.
county building. Every Thursday in the month of August, they have concerts. Free concerts.
So did you have the
Nice
Mavic
filming there, Paul.
record the audio?
I like
or did
that.
you dub it over? Is this
I like
the-
that spotlight you did with the drone there. That was good.
Is this audio from the drone?
No.
So you
What-
recorded
what
that
is-
separately and dubbed it in?
That audio was actually from that group, and they gave me permission to use it.
You don't mind if I share this? You wanted to know about the Mini 2.
Yeah.
This is also Mini 2. Here, let me maximize that. Now there's Captain Ray back there. There's some big fat guy leaning against a tree.
Yeah, I noticed that tree was leaning a little bit. You helped it out.
Right.
Yeah.
It is leaning back, isn't it?
You look like a bear scratching your back.
Yeah.
I've been known to do that. Perfectly
And
good
I
use.
notice I got that baseball cap down, down around my eyes and
And it's curved.
it's curved. But, yeah, but this is the Mini 2. And you can see it's fairly windy.
We wear our baseball caps to protect our bald spots, not for style purposes.
Yeah.
But as you can tell.
Nice footage.
Yeah.
Nice little place to fly from too.
Yeah. Here, well,
I would love to drop an ROV right there.
Yep.
yeah. Who knows what you'd find?
That's the fun part.
Yeah. Now this is the intercoastal waterway here in North Palm Beach. Across the way that's going to gray a little bit because of the cast here. I don't have a filter on or anything either. I don't think. I don't remember now. I don't think I do. That's Munyon Island. There's a day dock over there. But here, I'm going to show you. I decided to cross.
A lot of gators in there, Bill.
Haven't seen any.
Oh,
Nope. No, sir.
The first day I had my drone, I flew it over the water, and my wife was freaking out because she thought I was, I didn't have enough experience and I was going to wreck it, in
Now,
the drink.
Will gators go in brackish water? I don't even know.
It's a valid concern, to not have enough skill to fly it over water, but thankfully they are pretty easy to fly with the controls.
Oh, there's nothing to this.
But
So I
it was
just-
my
I
first drone and first day,
So I crossed over there, and then that's the Atlantic out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just kept going and going.
Those are all hotels, I take it, along the shore?
Here, nothing here.
No, there were a bunch of high rises along there.
Mostly condos.
Oh, okay.
I never take my drone very far away.
Well, this isn't that far. It might be about a mile. But
I'm
as I said,
always afraid it's too far. I know the signal can go, but I always figure that's the best case scenario. And
I keep an eye on the signal, but that's what I'm saying. This is the Mini 2, and
Yeah.
I'm not even that high, and I'm fairly far at this point. But there's no
Also got a
obstruction.
straight line of sight too. You don't have
Right.
anything between you and the
Right.
drone. So yeah.
Exactly. No obstructions.
the Mini 1 is Wi-Fi, correct?
Yeah.
yeah, the Mini
Yeah,
the Mini one had some issues. I mean, it's a great first time they ever came up with a drone that was that small and light, but the Mini 2 that has what
OcuSync.
OcuSync 2, right?
Right. This is OcuSync.
That's a
2.
big deal. Also going 4K, I think better wind resistance is definitely worth the extra bucks.
Yeah, there's definitely some wind going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no
Basically.
problem. And no. This is all auto, 4K 30. Not bad.
Nice color and yeah.
I'm sure you guys can make it look better.
Looks good, dude.
Oh, Curtis could, the wizard, if you ever need the wizard, you call the wizard.
Not sure what I did at this point. Did I go up the beach? Let me see. Kind of hanging out, making up my mind, I think. Yeah, I didn't. Then I just came back. That's it.
That was one weird walk. Back that up. Can you back that up for just a second? Look at that walkway. Right there. That is one
Is-
crooked walkway.
Right across.
Zag?
across-
Zigzag.
No, up here, closer. Right here, about right on the beach. It's the third one in to the right.
Oh, this
Yeah,
one
that
here?
Looks
Yeah.
like it goes underground.
Steps. Looks like steps.
Oh,
going
okay,
up.
steps. All right. I thought it looked kind of weird.
Well, look at his house hidden down here in the.
Yeah. Snuggled in, isn't it?
Yeah, my horizon's real bad here, so you could tell I'm getting hit with some wind. It'll get to the point where it can't adjust any further because your drone is practically sideways.
Oh, you could fix that in post.
Oh,
Yeah. But I mean, that's a lot of guys wonder, well, how come it was level before and now it's not? Well, that's because my drone is probably, at a 25-degree angle coming back, and the gimbal can only adjust so far. But anyway, this does pretty good.
Yeah, there's enough stuff there to color correct. Mainly, for me, it would be the shadows. I think if you bumped up the shadows just a little bit, and then I think it'd make it a whole lot better.
You guys know Tammy and Max, right?
Tommy Jean, yeah,
Max Air.
yeah,
yeah.
and Tommy Jean, yeah.
I saw them on Matt North's thing. Oh,
They were here this day. I got some shots of them walking along the beach. I don't know if you're interested in that, but
were they clothed or not?
this time, for now,
I saw that on Matt North's the other night. They were on this nude beach.
yeah, I saw that too.
That was funny.
I don't know why it's not showing up. There it is.
Well, don't make me share the other nude thing.
Well, here they are with their clothes.
Oh, they got clothes on today. Okay.
Yeah, but they're going for a walk. Then I overshot it. I was this isn't the best. Walking along the beach.
Is that a turtle on the beach there?
It looks like it, yeah.
Or is that just a rock? Looks like a turtle.
Coconut?
I don't know. I think it's a rock. She's doing it right, barefoot. That's how you do it. And here he is, threatening my drone. It's funny how pale she is and how he's not.
Hmm.
But anyway, Mini 2.
Hey, Paul, I'm about to go take a shower. I'll be back in a little bit, sir.
Okay, Adrian.
How long you guys have your meeting room here open?
Still
About
with the board.
day.
Whenever, huh?
Usually every morning at some point in time, 9. Paul's my co-host, and Paul drives school bus. So
I don't get back here till about 20 after 9. So
20 after 9 or so. Yep.
No, but I mean, how many? What time tonight are you guys gonna shut this down?
oh, do shut it down? I don't know. It's up to
Whenever
Paul.
it drops off. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna run shortly because I got to get up in the morning. Got to go play with the kiddies again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have my dinner yet, so I
Yeah.
Yeah.
thought I'd just pop in and say hi. And
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
good. I mean, if dinner calls, I understand, Dale. You know.
All right, Dale, you have to understand, these are nothing but a bunch of freaking teenagers that love drones. That's it.
Drones and
That's
cameras,
it.
right, Ron?
Yeah, exactly. Now, you have to excuse Mr. Uncle Bill Toys. He's only 12 years old. He's a real teenager
who?
and a troublemaker.
Which one is
Mr. Uncle Bill's Toys.
Uncle Bill's?
Yeah, I
the
play with
one that
toys.
the one that have the bright blue
The toy box.
Superman T-shirt.
Yeah.
The difference between men and boys is the price.
What was the
of their
toy
toy.
guy in the Toy Story movie? Uncle Al?
That's right, Curtis.
Owl's Toy Barn? I think it was Owl's Toy Barn. He wanted to get
no.
the-
Would you guys be interested to see what the difference is between the two cameras? Because I took almost that same path with my Air 2S, by the way.
Yeah,
Actually, the Air 2S look
It
beautiful.
probably won't
better than-
look different unless you had them side by side, because
Well,
Yeah,
not only
well,
that,
I don't know.
it's streaming too,
I
so-
also had a Freewell. I had a filter on this. I had a PL64 polarized.
Which one is that one? Is that the Mini 2 or the Air 2S?
This one's the Air 2S.
Okay.
that looks a little crisper.
Yeah.
yeah.
The Air 2S, I've seen where that in some ways can be better than the Mavic 2 Pro, even though
A
the
little
sensor's
bit,
a little
yeah.
smaller.
Yeah.
Like some of the, I don't know,
That's my
processing that they do in the background. It's just
Hey, Dale, that's my go-to drone now is the Air 2S.
Well, keep in mind, Dale, the Air 2S have the 5.4K, compared to the only 4K with the Mavic 2 Pro.
Your
Yeah.
HDR does look a little better, yeah.
so. So Paul, would you actually trade a Mavic 2 Pro for an Air 2S? You think it's better?
I have a Pro sitting over here. It's kind of dormant. And the Air 2S is what I fly all the time.
Well, it used to be the Mavic 2 Pro first, but now he's a trader. Now he went to the Air 2S.
Yeah.
So why do you like the Air 2S more?
Zoom. It has zoom capabilities.
Okay.
You can,
Oh,
you
there's a
can,
nice cloud shadow.
Does it? Is it an optical zoom?
no,
No, it's digital. It's digital, but
digital, but I
it
tell you what,
it captures more data
Yep.
with this with the sensors. So even though it's digital zoom, if you're
it still looks just like optical.
if you're
You
filming
have
it
your
for
Inspire, Paul?
What's that?
You still have your Inspire?
No, my Inspire went to Paul Hodges.
Oh, shoot. I didn't know that.
Yep, I got it.
Inspire was a fun
we-
bird to fly, but man, it just, they dropped it. They dropped the ball on that thing.
We kept it in the family. Paul adopted.
Oh, okay.
this is kind of a famous flight of mine. This is the one where I went 3 1/3 miles away and didn't quite
crap.
make it all the way. Didn't quite make it all the way back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, got it back though
Yeah.
in somebody's yard. Yeah.
You had to
I
do
was
the
down in-
walk of shame, right?
I was down in Puerto Rico and there was a guy flying a drone and I saw him launch it. And we're in old San Juan near the castles there. And it was really windy. And I was like, man, that guy is, I don't know, it's too windy. Well, he flew it and it started beeping on his screen as like, I don't know,
Wind warning.
minutes left. And he's like, it's too far out. And he was like, what do I do? I was like, fly it towards you and start walking, to find it because it's going to crash. You need to bridge the distance. I don't know, but he went over the hill and out of sight. I don't know if he ever got it or if he lost it.
Well, you need to get it down lower where the wind is less. You need,
Yeah.
That's a good
Sure,
point
make-
too.
make
It
sure-
was
make sure
really
you're-
windy, and it just was like he flew it away from him, then coming back into the wind. It was like, wow.
make sure your obstacle avoidance and anything else extra is turned off, so you're not, using
Battery. Yep.
battery. Stop recording.
Is this where you land it?
No, no.
Huh.
No, we still got a ways to go yet. Here we go. There's more. I kept going. He said, oh, there's a golf course down there. I said, oh, okay, I'll go check it out. Here, I'll just keep jumping ahead. Oh, look at the golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. But I had when it told me it was time to turn around, it had 63% left on it.
Really?
Yeah, but I was about 3 1/3 miles away. So
Oh.
Well, it looks like the wind is coming off the ocean, so you would have had it behind you, so that wasn't against you.
well,
Yeah,
it,
should've
it,
stayed
it,
away
it
from
acted
waiting
like it
long.
was it acted like it was blown in. So when I let it come, because you know how I went out and then over, which is a longer path than going, than the triangle, isosceles triangle, going straight back. So I let it come straight back, but apparently it must have been hitting someone because you just saw that battery just drop. And the whole time, Ray Kelly, so Bill, you're not going to, first he goes, how much you got left? 63. You're not going to make it. You're not gonna make it. He said that like 10 times. Then he starts trying to interview me while I'm resting. It got to the point where the battery was, it was trying to land in the middle of the.
Yep.
Okay, here's what it says. Come home. Okay, sure, no problem. Now I don't know if you can see way down there somewhere is where we are, and I was like, okay, let it come in a straight line right back towards me. I lowered it down maybe about 100 feet, and maybe I should have done more. I don't know, but I probably should have. I didn't want to cut over too soon and then have it land somewhere crazy. So I was like, okay, just come back. And I thought it was okay at first, but here, I'll speed it up a little. There, we'll go to the next one.
I feel like we're enjoying one of Philly Drone Life's videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only got 5%. Let's go. Let's go look at this.
Well, I was flying it all the way down to 1%. It got kind of scary.
Well, I looked at that one that
Flying over
Really?
water,
Hi.
1%.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
was-
I was over water when it decided that it wasn't, that it wanted to land.
Oh, crap.
See, now here I brought it down. I was bringing it down, but too late. I should have done it earlier. I didn't think it was that windy.
No, actually, altitude probably helped you because you were able to recover it. If you were lower and they decided to land, it would have landed right in the water.
Well,
Well, there's two two lines of thought there. The winds are stronger higher up, so he's fighting
Yeah.
more when he's
Yeah.
up higher.
Yeah.
But
Well,
when
I
it's
So what
wet-
percent were you at right here?
Oh, at 20. You know,
Oh.
because you're gonna tell when it's gonna want to start landing, because I immediately turned to the right, which is right about now. See how it's stopping. And the thing is, once it goes into yeah, see, I'm still over 3,000 feet away. When it and I was having a little trouble controlling it for some reason.
I thought maybe you were looking for some place to go.
Can you see this here? This is there's a hedge right here between these two properties,
Yeah.
and that's where it ended up. And it was a shit fest getting it there, because it's trying to land. So I'm keeping it from
Got
going
the
down.
upstick going, right?
I had the upstick going, but it wouldn't go forward at the same time. And that was just an accident. Cross sticking. It would only go forward if I let go of the upstick. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't do both. I mean, it probably did, but it was going so slow it wasn't going to make it.
We all
You
know,
know,
the
so
outcome,
I
but
had to
before-
let it drop and full forward, you know, to just because I'm not that far away. I didn't think, hey, no problem. Once it gets to a certain point, I'll just cut over and then go get
Well,
it.
you can tell you're fighting it because it's doing this.
Yeah.
we all know the outcome, but we're all puckering here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, I was a little puckered.
you
Yeah.
did
And Ray
land
is
it on
and
the
this,
land, and then
this-
how'd you go get it?
this is the point where Ray is sticking his iPhone in my face saying, "So, Bill, how's it feel to know that you're about to lose your drone?"
Yeah.
He asked me that like 3-4 times. Like, I was like, "Why do you have that in my face right now?"
Mm.
Oh, that was it. I turned the video off because I thought about this is later, so obviously, you know, no harm, no foul. You know, it was,
What did you use to find your drone? Did you use the app or?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
just a regular-
I got a graphic of the map. I took a screenshot of that. I will have to find it, but and it shows the path of what happened. But yeah, I wrestled with it some more. I got it really close, maybe like 20 feet, and I lost the signal. It had 1%, and I lost the signal. And I was maybe
probably down between the houses, right?
because of all the homes and stuff in between me and it. It was like, it's gone. I lost it. And then a few seconds, and I'm glad I kept looking because it came back. So, and if you look at the path, the drone went in. And then when I lost the signal, it backed up until I got the signal back again.
Wow.
So at that point, I just went full stick forward, you know, and hope for the best. Lost it again, and then I looked at the map, you know, because they said, "Oh, use Find My Drone." Well, Find My Drone's not going to work if your battery's dead, you know.
Right.
So, but you look at the map, and it showed the number of the house, the street it was on, which is just this one little street. It's like as soon as you leave the park, it's a street that runs along all those homes on the water there. And it showed it like on the property line between those two homes I was showing you. And it looked like it was on the shore, but you really can't tell from the map. You know what I mean? Is that shore or is that just beach or is it just, you know, I don't know. So we drove down there and those people weren't home, of course. And that big house, it's like a mansion. I mean, I don't like to gush over people's homes, but this home was beautiful. I mean, you know, these guys had security. You know what I mean? It was quite the house, and they weren't home, but there was an Amazon package out. I'm thinking, oh, they're probably gonna be home soon. So I walked over to the side, and they had a big 7-foot at least hedge, privacy hedge, maybe about 4 feet wide, and coming up to it was a wrought iron gate. You know, so I checked it. The gate was unlocked. It's like, should I do it? Well, the neighbors next door were home because the garage door was open. I said, let's go talk to them. See, so I did, and they were very nice. They're from Kentucky. Like, oh, my nephew's cousin's brother, they did it, and asked me all kinds of questions. Real friendly, invited me in the backyard to look. I'm trying to look, you know, can't find it. I'm getting more and more depressed because as you're moving around, that little blue mark is moving too a little bit for some reason. You know, it's weird. But I was like, I think it's gone. And they said, well, it might be in their yard. And he said, well, leave your name, you know, and da, 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 da. So we're leaving. I think I'm not leaving it here. And I said, screw it. I went in the yard. I went through the gate, went in the backyard. I figured, you know, the neighbors can vouch for me that I'm not a criminal, you know, if it came down to it. But if they were assholes, it could have been really bad, you know. But they weren't. By the way, they came home while I was in the backyard. So it's in the, so I was in the backyard, and yeah, and I can't find it. It's nowhere. It's like, oh God, it must be in the intercoastal, you know. And on top of it, that yard, they had like water effects everywhere. They had like this infinity pool thing dropping off and then dropping off. So if I had landed in that yard, I'm looking inside their pool. It's not there. I can't find it. And I was just about to give up. Oh, and by the way, every time I saw a camera, which there were several, I was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
There's a student in our backyard. Yeah.
So I'm turning around, I'm looking at the neighbor's yard. I'm about to give up. And what the hell is that? It was in the hedge. Must have landed right at the top of the hedge. It was exactly, and I should have trusted the map. It was pretty much exactly where DJI's map said it was, you know, and or Google's maps, whatever. And there was, it actually made its way into the hedge a little bit, you know, it was up near the top, and it was looking at me, you know, and it was fine. Not a scratch on it. Landed perfect. But 8 feet back, it would have been in the intercoastal. 4 or 5 feet to the right would have been in their pool. It just was, I mean, the only way it would have been better is if it had landed in the neighbor's yard. That would have been better, but you know, still.
Because they were home, yeah.
Yeah, because they were home and they were nice, you know. But I'm coming out and I hear Ray talking to people out front. Because Ray went with me, and Maddie and TJ showed up too. Because we know where it is. We saw it on. No, it wasn't there, but they thought they saw my drone on somebody's yard, and the people came home. So he explained that I was back there and what was going on, and they could care less. They were just said hi. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, I would imagine Ray probably pulled his badge out for him, didn't he?
No, I didn't have to. Yeah, it was just it was the wife and the kids, and they were coming back from shopping, and they just, you know, we didn't look like derelicts, you know. So, you know, 70-year-old Ray and fat old me.
We look like kids with too much disposable income.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we looked like. But I got my drone back, and the only thing it did was the master air screw prop got a little bit of a tear in it. One of them did, but
You're lucky.
that was it. Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I am lucky. So that was stupid. So I mean, I learned a couple of things about, you know, I knew I was about to turn around anyway, you know, I mean, but I just didn't expect that battery, man. It just, the way it dropped, it was like 61.
Well, the thing you need to do to make it better,
59.
you need to start screaming, look at the dynamic range.
How do you feel about how do you feel about the fact you're about to lose your drone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I couldn't believe he was doing that to me.
Philly does that all the time, and half the time it's not even real, but he screams, "Oh my God, I'm down to 2%! Look at the dynamic range!"
Well, did you see that one with Billy Kyle with the Mavic 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that thing landed on like zero battery, caught it, that thing died. He was so close to, you know. Yes.
We do like to push the limits.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've only ever done that one time, and same thing, Bill, where I was in Maui, and I went out into the wind, thinking, okay, I'm gonna come back with a tailwind. Wind switched.
Yeah.
And I come back. I started back at like 59% or something like that. I'm like, I got plenty of, you know, I was out there tooling around. I'm like, I got plenty. It landed at 1%.
Probably the craziest thing I ever did, and I'm dating myself here, back when the very first Phantom came out, and I had it for about a week and had been flying it, and we had low cloud cover, and I'm looking up going, man, it's just right there. So you got to remember, there's no monitor. We had a GoPro on there and you capture whatever footage, but there's no monitor. You can't see where you are. So I'm figuring I'll just go straight up. I'll just pop into the clouds and then come straight back down. So I go up, 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 and it goes in the clouds. And I go, okay, I'm coming back down. I start coming back down. I see nothing. There must have been a good 45 seconds, which seemed like 2 hours. And it came down about 7 blocks away from where it went into the clouds.
Oh, crap.
And I just happened to be, I happened to be looking, going, it's not there, it's not there. And I looked over there and I go, oh, whoa, there it is, way over there. That is the only time I ever did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trying to find that graphic of the path that it took, but it's not that interesting anyway.
Oh, you've
Hey.
never had any close calls, have you?
No, I've hit a tree, but here's the weather, Paul, for this area here, eh? They're saying 2.5 to 5 inches of snow here by
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Again, you slammed again. You just got a
Yeah.
bunch the other day, Paul, didn't you?
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say this, but man, we've been good this year. So other than that 2 weeks of snottiness as far as cold temperatures, but
You're gonna nix yourself, you know that.
I know, Paul, you're going to remind me here sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Hey, Brian, remember that Sunday night live stream we did when you said, hey?
Traditionally, February is our bad month up here in the Pacific Northwest, and we've already had 2 snow events.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh boy.
And,
Yeah.
you know, honestly, we need snow. We need moisture.
Yeah.
It's bad here.
Well, especially up in the prairies up there, their crops are so thin there that they got cattle that are practically starving. That's because they're even having a hard time trying to get it in by rail right now for feed.
Yeah, we're
It's
hurting for moisture right here right now.
Yeah.
This has been 2 years, I think. Yeah.
But it's funny how, you get some areas, you get lots of rain and the other places don't get nothing.
Yeah, the lake right here at the park, right alongside where I live, they say it's the lowest they've ever seen it. So
Yeah.
that's where I want to go fishing this summer.
Yeah.
Well, after watching Bill's video, I want to go down to Florida. I want to go to that location.
Yeah. See if I can land in the neighbor's yard.
It's
I would be honest, I would actually fly over that house, I think.
That's cool that you found some cool people, though. I mean,
oh yeah. No, I haven't had a lot of problems with even here in the neighborhood. Usually it's just people asking me questions. Hey, that's really cool.
I think if you were about 40 to 50 years younger, Bill,
Yeah, might be different.
might be different.
Well, about three years ago too, attitudes have changed.
Yeah.
People are starting to come around and see that, hey, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, I remember right around the time of the Phantom 2, I got hired to go film University of Washington in Tacoma. They just opened up a Tacoma branch of University of Washington, and we had the police out there, the mayor out there. They shut down the street, did everything correct, and we just did a couple of flyovers. I had the the dean there and the marketing guy there. Everybody was there. We did the flights, and we were done, and the police left, and they had unblocked the roads, but I was back over. I was just coming down now, and I was about 300 feet in the air, so it's taking a little while to come down. And this lady and her husband starts walking over. They come out of a coffee shop, and she starts screaming, "What about my rights? What about my privacy?" And the student body guy was there, and he says, "Well, we're just here filming this." And she calls the police, and the police called us, and I said, "I don't know what's going on. This lady's losing her mind over here." So about that time, they come back around, and of course, standard police procedure, separate the two people, get the two stories of what's going on. And the chief was there, and he goes, "Oh, I know why you're here." He goes, "So why don't you, are you done? Are you packed up and everything?" And I go, "Yep." He goes, "Why don't you go around the stairs the other way and just kind of exit, and I'll walk you around. We're going to have to calm this lady down."
Where was she? I mean, was she out in public?
Yes, she was out. There's a Starbucks there, and we were in this little, it's a Union Station is what it is in Tacoma, and it's an open area. But she came out of the building, and I didn't even realize she was standing there, because I'm looking up at the air at my drone flying, over the buildings and stuff. And I don't have the camera pointed down. I got it pointed at the buildings across the street. And she just felt that her privacy was being violated.
She doesn't have any right to privacy in the public.
You and I know that, but
No expectation of privacy. And meanwhile, there's 300 cell phones that can take your picture within 50 feet.
Last time I had somebody tell me that, though, this guy, he got into me and said, "You're invading my privacy." And I said, "You know what? the sheer thing that I'm doing, I said, I'm a guy in my 50s. I'm out enjoying my hobby. I'm doing my photography. And I said, quite frankly, I don't want you in my shot. So
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was actually the last I heard of him. I said, I'm out here filming nature, filming landscape. I don't want you in my photograph.
Yeah.
And he actually walked away when he heard that. And
Well, what do you say to that? You know, you just reminded him that he's a chooch. You know,
yeah,
to be nice, a nice word. He's a chooch. You know,
yeah.
I mean, maybe it struck him like, oh yeah, he doesn't really want my picture. Why the hell would anybody want your picture? You know, but whatever.
You know, I do my best, you know, when people do approach, it's been very few, but the people who have accused me, I'm like, please step over here. Look at my screen. Can you see yourself? Can you recognize yourself in this screen? Oh,
Another thing I've noticed too
I
is
guess I can't. You know, when they see what you're physically seeing, then they shut up.
it also seems like the bigger drones, like the Inspires and stuff like that, that people are a little more intimidated by those.
Oh yeah, sure.
You get the little Mavic out there and they're like, does it have a camera on it? Oh my gosh, it's so cute, you know?
Yeah.
So
I don't know what they're so upset about. The city uses drones to inspect the power lines that go in between the properties and like that. And I didn't even know it at first. But one day, this giant fucking drones back there, you know, flying along my property line. And I think this was even before I was in the hobby. I looked and said, oh, isn't that cool? I was waving at it. I don't care. What are you? Oh,
Yeah.
don't look at.
what do you have to hide? What are you trying to hide?
There's a lot of bots in the chat tonight, Paul. Or Paul Hodges, you're on it, man. You're
Wow, Judge, as they're coming up, trying to get them.
yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Good
Yeah,
chat,
I'm getting ready to
everybody.
do it too here. So as soon as Paul gets back, I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
head out. So
Mr. Bill, Curtis,
Always a
Paul?
pleasure.
Paul, and Paul.
Always.
Yeah, good to see you guys. And may or may not see you tomorrow. I'll be on the road tomorrow. The deer are gonna be pissed off because I'll be leaving before daylight, so I won't be feeding the deer in the morning.
They'll be leaving you some poop out there or something.
More than likely.
Let you know their dissatisfaction.
Yeah. You ain't gonna feed us? Fine, we're gonna shit in your yard. Yeah, they probably will. So, but all right, guys. Well, have a nice evening, and
Yeah.
we'll catch
Later,
you
Ron.
Hey,
See you, Ron.
all right. Take care now.
yeah, Ron.
Bye bye.
I think on that note, I'm going to head out too.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think it's time to shut down here as soon as Paul comes back.
Down on food.
Yeah.
Good meeting you, some of you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yep. Okay. See you, Dale.
Paul, if you can hear me, bye. I'm heading out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're gonna shut her down.
We're
there,
gonna
Paul.
shut her down. Okay. Mia had to go to the bathroom, boy. She took a big dump out there.
No.
Okay, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We'll see you again next time. Bill,
Yep.
thanks for coming in. And Chris, as Curtis, as always, Curtis. Well
Yeah.
done, the wizard.
Yeah.
And my co-host, Paul Hodges, thanks. You get some rest, Paul. You got to drive tomorrow.
Yeah, we
Master-
got to go play
Master
with the
Mole-
kiddies
Mole
tomorrow.
Whacker.
Yeah.
We'll see everybody in the morning.
See you guys.
See you
Bye,
Take care.
everybody.